Right. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test the mic. 1 2. Trying to read some stuff on the other side here. 1 2. Test the mic. 1 2. Test the mic. 1 2. Let's see here. I would just send the link to my man. Right. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test the mic. 1 2. Trying to read. Great. The mic is fresh there. Let me see. Let me do something here quick before. Let's see. Let me see here quickly. Send this out. Boom, and we'll be on the way shortly. Share the link, guys. So let's have a conversation here with my special guest, Christian Tababo. Is my special guest this evening. He is coming from the nation capital. Let's talk to the young man here. But in the meantime, let's get some little entertainment while we prepare for our guests to get on the platform to have what do I have for you here? Let's do Black Diamond here.
Come on! Oh na 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 na. Oh Jah, oh Lord, we pray. I woke up this morning, heard them voices on the radio. In my childhood, chanting revolution. In my running helter skelter. Say, we want peace. Peace is what we need now. No more fighting. Oh, without no solution. Without no solution. Yeah. Give it a bum. Oh. Give it a bum, bum, bum. Hey. Give it a bum. Oh. Jaja. Hey, Mr. President. I know you love your people. All you have to do, step on a pedal some more. In the interest of the people, do what you was bound to do. When the nation has risen, your name shall be written in stone. Oh yeah, this is what we need now. No more fighting, yeah. Without no solutions, we want love. Love is all we need now. No more commotion. Without no solutions. Hey, Jaja, hey, Mr. Minister, pay the civil servants, I say. They work hard every day. Don't let them go home with empty head. Empty bag, you're not staying, yes, you know that. Yeah, a hungry man is an angry man. Let them feed them children too. Come and say peace. Peace is what we need now. No more fighting. Without no solution. Oh, Jaja. Yes, we need it. Love is all we need. No commotion. Nice say. Oh, na. Jaja, we pray. Cause my leaders, lead them the right way. Hey, Mr. Citizen, respect the law, protect your nation. When others are scared, you must stand up and be proud. Wave your flag to the world, tell them how strong you are. No matter the situation, we shall overcome. Guns and ammunition must be the thing of the past. We've come a long way, can't afford to repeat the past again. Oh Lord, protect my nation, I say. Forward, backward no more. We want peace.
Peace is what we need now.
No more fighting
Without no solution.
We want love.
Love is all we need now.
Oh no commotion.
Without no solution.
No solution.
Peace is what we need now.
No more fighting
Without no
Oh
solution.
your love.
Love is all we need now.
We need no commotion.
Without no solution.
Father, save the world. Save your children. Touch my leaders. Lead them the right way. Oh Lord, give up peace. Oh Jaja, give a life now.
Right way, lead the people the right way. Somebody wants to be my leader, and I want to know how you're going to lead me in the right way. Christian Tababo is my special guest today, the Labor Commissioner of Sinoe County. The brother will be on shortly for us to start the show. All right, so I'm looking backstage. Once he gets on, we'll get the ball rolling. So we called it the race to the Capitol building. 2023 is heating up in Sinoe County. Everyone wants to go in the Capitol building, the building right beyond me. The guys want to go in there. So I want to know. I try to engage the various guys that are trying to make their way in the Capitol building. All right, so I want to talk to them. So Christian Tababo told me he wants to be my leader. And so I like to talk to the young man and see what he has for us. All right, so if you're out there, the supporters, the political crusader for Christian, please tell him to get on. I sent him the link already. So please do that so we can get the ball rolling here. All right, tell Christian. I'm waiting for him. Yeah, this is overdue. We missed the first one. So let's see. The man wants to get in this building. Let's see. What musically? Let me see what I with the man, or I would call him. Let me see. I can find a music for us here. The Christian. While we wait for the brother. Let me see. Is he a CDC man? I think so. So let's play one of the CDC songs here. Saying he's a CDC man, I think. I saw one of the boys wrote something over there, Jana. Let's see. Let's play CDC song here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to unify the nation. Elections are over. Now it's time to come together as one. Liberia is our common denominator. One love, Mama Liberia. Moya, CDC, Moya. Moya, Chamana, Moya, Moya. Moya, Chweha, what they love, Moya. Moya, CDC, Moya. Moya, Liberia, Moya. Moya, CDC, Moya. Mama, look at your road. Mama, look at your hospitals. Mama, look at your children's schools. Mama, look at your future. Mama, where will you be? Mama, you've been crying for too long. Mama, you've been bleeding for too long. Hey. CDC, they say we couldn't read. CDC, they say we couldn't see. Moya, Georgie, do something that I hear my wounds up. Do it, mama been waiting for you. Don't let us down, yeah, do something that I hear my wounds up.
Infectious icon.
Election is over now. Hey, we must work together now. Hey, hey, for the sake of Liberia. Hey, for the sake of the children. Hey, grow your seeds, go to work, get on your knees, pray to God for a better Liberia. Daddy, protect my nation, oh. Hey, so many years of frustration, so many years of poverty, so many years of embarrassment, so many years of heartbreak. Sister, up and down, sister, up and down, sister, up and down, sister, up and down. Georgie, do something. Georgie, my man is counting on you. Georgie, moya, CDC, moya, mama, moya, chamana, moya, moya, mama, moya, tueha, watela, moya, mama, moya, CDC, moya, mama, moya, Liberia, moya, mama, moya, CDC, moya, mama. Hatred out the window, poverty out the window, jealousy out the window. I say corruption, we throw it in the ocean. Jaja, CDC, Jaja, CDC, Jaja. Moya, CDC, moya, CDC, moya. So quick, CDC, so quick, CDC, so quick. Moya, CDC, moya, mama, moya, chamana, moya, mama, moya, tueha, watela, moya, mama, moya, CDC, moya, mama, moya, Liberia, moya, mama, moya, CDC, moya, mama, moya, CDC, moya, chamana, moya, tueha, watela, moya, CDC, moya, Liberia, moya.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora with Esoteric. Welcome aboard. Again, I'm still trying to get in touch with my guests. I don't know. Hopefully, he will get on this time around. We're trying to see what the problem is, but stay with me. We're gonna make this to come to pass this time around. This is the second time, so I'm quite sure the brother is not going to run away from me in the last hour. You know, I can be on. I know Christian is a good guy, so he's not going to run away from that side of pole there. He's a smart guy, the labor commissioner of Sinoe. Will not run away from us after all the preparation has been made. We put out the citation to inform the public. All right, so just give us a second here. I'm still in touch and trying to get in contact with the brother. If you can't come live, we can still do it on the phone. So let's see how it plays out here. If you know the brother, please give me a call. We are waiting for him. The guests are waiting. If he doesn't come, guess what? I have other things here. I always here. I have contingency plan. I always have something to talk about. So if Christian doesn't get on, it will still not be a lazy show. All right. I'm going to bring something to you. You know, Voice of Sinoe, I don't come on here without anything or just depending on my guests. If the guest does not show up, I still got some juicy stuff for you. All right. So before my guest gets on, or why you still to get on the platform, I just want to quickly do a commercial here. You know, the convention of the USAA is around the corner, and so we want to keep informing our members about the convention. If you have not purchased your tickets, now you're late, get in contact with Margie Smith. She can hook you up with a cheap ticket. Call her. She's a good planner. Also, if you don't want to rent a hotel by yourself, I mean, a lot of mechanisms, a lot of planning going on. You can join with other people, get a house, you know, it will be cheaper. So don't sit back. And the convention will be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You know, it will be a BAM convention this year. So we are encouraging all of you, if you have not purchased your lapa, get your lapa now. Those that are indebted to the chair lady, call her now and take care of your money or whatever you owe. It's important, you know, need the money because the woman has to go to the convention and make a report to the body and stuff like that. You know, we at the convention, we're having a lot of people coming from all over the globe. Florida will be the bomb. Okay, so you don't want to miss the convention. We'll be back with more as we wait for Christian to get on here. Let's see here. I love this other song right here. So let me play that for you. It's called Greedy Hunter. All right, let's play Greedy Hunter.
Destiny, they can't stop my destiny. 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 So my hoping for me. Let's hoping for you. So my hoping for me. No, no, I'm in play. You get gali, but you let potato. You get gali, but you let potato. I hear something, 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 I hear something. I won't tell you later, but my thing I want it. I won't tell you later, but my thing I want it. I hear something, 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 I hear something. You get gali, but you let potato. 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 No, no, I'm in play.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are happy. Welcome to Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora with Dark Side for the Esoteric. You know, after frantic effort, our guest is finally backstage, so we got to get the ball going here. We are like 20 minutes into the program already, so no elaborate introduction. When the commissioner gets on, he will do self-introduction. So once again, welcome to the Voice of Sinoe in the diaspora with Esoteric, coming to you live from Prospect Park, Pennsylvania, the United States of America. Without further ado, I have the honor at this point to bring on screen for you for the first time, Christine Tababo, the Labor Commissioner of Sinoe County.
Oh, thank
Mr.
you.
Commissioner, welcome aboard.
Thank you. This time it's good evening in Liberia, but I'm sure it's good afternoon in America.
That's
Because
right.
it's 3
That's
p.m.
right. That's right.
Good.
Okay,
So how you doing?
Great. I'm happy to have you on.
Oh, I'm also glad to be live on your show this evening, Liberia time, and this afternoon, USA time, or the Eastern time.
Okay, all right. Just get a little situated over there. You're still struggling with the camera there.
Yes.
I can still bring you backstage. Yeah, you're good. I can see you. Yeah, you're good. I can see you. Yeah, you're good.
All right, thank you.
Well, is my audio okay on your side?
Yeah, very okay, because I'm using the earbud.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, I'm using the earbud. Sorry for the last time. Please help me with that glass. Yes. A little bit higher. Give it a little weight. So I think there's the final setting now.
You want me to put you backstage while you prepare? I can do that instead of struggling in front of the audience.
No, I'm good now. I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Excellent. All right. Once again, welcome to your own platform. It's the Voice of Sinoe. The only difference is geographically we are in the United States. That's the only difference. But welcome to your platform.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pleasure being with you the Liberian time and this afternoon Eastern time.
Okay. So how is Liberia? How's the COVID out there?
Oh, Liberia is okay. Liberia is good. Liberia is kind, and I can say fervently that we are doing pretty well. Doing pretty well.
All right. So meaning that the virus is
Am I
under
clear?
control? Yeah, you're still moving around with your camera.
Is the image clear?
Yeah, the image is good. Yeah, you keep moving around. That's all, but you're good.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm coming. Wow.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
happening.
we're gonna call out your technical team. They gotta get you set on everything before you get on.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute.
All right, let's bring the brother backstage here while he's doing the preparation over there. All right, once he gets settled down, we're gonna bring him back, and I want to get the show going here quickly. But he's still struggling backstage to get that device set up. All right, so while we are waiting for Christian, I just want to give you a little heads up here. This Sunday we have a whole lineup, right? So today we have Christian. Christian is our special guest on the platform, and then on Saturday we have other guys that will be featured on the platform. We have the lead crusader for a group called the Crusaders Against Tribalism. You know, Kollu, Maya Kollu is the lead crusader. He will be here tomorrow on Saturday. Actually, he will be here with us to speak to unity and their campaign to fight tribalism. That will be our next. Kollu will be our next guest on Saturday, and then the second segment of Saturday, our next guest is Oteka Sewe, who disagrees with the Crusaders Against Tribalism. All right, Oteka has a different perspective, and Mr. Kollu wants to bring his group. They are trying to fight tribalism, and then Oteka has another approach. On Sunday, we have what we call the Women of the USA, or USA Women. They will be my guests, headed by President Francis Myers. They will be here to give you a lot of information with respect to the convention. But I think Christian is settled down now. Let me bring the brother back. All right, Christian, you good now?
Yeah, very good now.
All right, excellent.
I'm also good. I'm also good for you.
Yeah, you are perfect. You are perfect.
Okay, thank you.
All right. You know, the people will be like, oh, your detractors, why the guys are saying, why the guy did not, I mean, his supporter, they didn't settle the man came on the platform and he fighting, you know, to set it.
Well, I think what is more important is that I'm here now on the platform. Those are technical issues that have been solved. So those who then wanting to hear me or to hear from me, let us just, keep on following the show.
All right.
We are very basic people. So even though you said 7 o'clock, we did our best to be here at 7:26 because it's not an easy task. We have other things that we're settling.
So, Christian, is that how you're going to lead us? You're going to be late when you're going to work?
No, not exactly, because there's a show that that was scheduled for today, 7 o'clock, but you did not take into consideration our own local challenges we face in Liberia. And you just gave me the time 7 o'clock. So I had to accept because I don't want to be like disappointing all of the time on appearing on your show. But even those in Liberia, being my detractors or my supporters, know that I'm very punctual in everything I do.
Okay. All right, so let's get to our agenda here. I just want to give you the opportunity to tell us your current occupation and the impact on the people of Sinoe County. So if you can introduce yourself and give your occupation and what impact your work is having on the county currently.
Thank you, Doug. Let me first say, I must thank you. I must appreciate you for organizing, for setting up this platform, and that gave us the opportunity back home to interact directly and indirectly with our brothers and sisters, our family that are in the diaspora. And I must commend you for that. You have done the tremendous well. And with respect to self-introduction, like you said, my name is Christian Kollu Tababo, and I hail from Joazon, Beautiful Creek, and Electoral District number 3, Sinoe County. Currently, I serve as the Labor Commissioner of Sinoe, and I have been in this position since 2018 of April. And with your question as to impact that have been made in this position since my insertion, if we start to name all, they will be the wrapper of our show. So we'll get in very few for you. Before we came proud to our coming to Sinoe as Commissioner of Labor, nobody even knew what they call labor or Ministry of Labor in Sinoe. I can say that very clearly. Thank God you are, you are very well inclined to the social media, and so you go and get the information. You can do your own survey by house. And what we are saying here will be confirmed. It was all reaffirmed to you. And since 2018, we took over our Labor Commission. The first thing we thought to bring on the table was for people to first know why is Ministry of Labor, why is the function of the Ministry of Labor, why is the function of the Commission, and why is the role of the Ministry of Labor in the employment sector of our county. And so we began with a massive awareness exercise in all of the employment areas of our county. And we did not want to do that. We created a hot-down system wherein if you have an issue, file away in any of the districts of Sinoe. If you cannot come to Greenville to meet the Labor Commissioner, you can be right there and get yours what is happening, what the issues are, and we will send our inspectors to you to make sure that those problems are brought on the table for discussion and subsequent resolution peacefully. If you check our record in Sinoe, we are the first Labor Commissioner, I stand to be corrected though, since the 1980s, because if we went back to the 70s system, we might have other commissioners who might done more than what we have done. But we are the first commissioner since the 80s that generated millions of dollars in the government revenue. Nobody knew that the Ministry of Labor could generate revenue in this county of all the commissioners that were here. And we came and exposed that system to our people that the Ministry of Labor also generate revenue for government through alien registration, through funds, and through other legal means down in our labor practices law. We also gave the Ministry of Labor a kind of integrity in that, the commoners, the poor people, of deeper pockets. It means that for that to happen, you must have a commissioner who is a principal man or who is there for the people. Because most times, not that no commissioners were there, but why were people not winning their cases? Even though not all cases that you took to the court, you have to win. But there are those cases where the facts and circumstances are due. And then injustice becomes the order of the day. But under our administration, everywhere you go, we are not perfect because we are humans. But if you are grading us, we have won Labor Commissioner of the Year 2 times, 2018, 2019. And one of the reasons we won those.
Yeah, it's a technical issue over there. It's the proper internet in Liberia. It's not too reliable.
Yeah, the proper internet, but yeah, we don't know which way it's coming from now, but there's a breach in the internet.
Okay.
And so we are exposed the Ministry of Labor. We are exposed the functioning of the Ministry of Labor. We have made workers or employees and employers to know their labor rights and labor responsibility. And in 4 years since our administration, we have not had more than 2-3 strike actions. Things that lead to strike action is the inability of the Ministry of Labor or the regional office to handle labor matters. But all of the matters that have been coming to us, by the grace of God, we have been using our wisdom, our little understanding to make sure that we give our people justice. So we have brought a lot of the table because why? Before then, our common people could not win cases against the employer because they have the deeper pocket. Right now, they are won more cases against employer, and they are even happy now when they have this situation to come to the Ministry of Labor with their complaint. So we have brought integrity to the Ministry of Labor. We have put more money in government revenue that we could have paid others to our personal pocket for our personal pronouncement. But we know that will not serve us right because carry our country forward. And as young people come on board, it will not be a replica of what have been keeping our country backward yesterday. And so we have brought in.
Yeah, that's a glitch. We got a glitch in the connection over there. Hopefully the
is that the network keep breaking? Are you getting me now?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Yeah. But
Go.
I think
We made it.
Dr. Tababo, you have said a lot on what you are doing in the county, and I mean you are you're a politician now, so you guys tend to give a lot of sweet words. But if we were to verify what you are saying, where do we go to verify what you are saying?
Thank you. Where do we go will be a little bit difficult for you, not impossible, because you say, where do we go? Meaning you have to leave from America to come to Liberia to do your survey. But I think you have some of your followers, or you have friends in Liberia, or you have people that you trust. You have people that can give you credible information. If you have the luxury of time and resources to come to Sinoe, well, I would appreciate that, because then you're going to believe for your very self. And what I'm telling you, my brother, we are always on the radio, and if we were not doing what the people expected of us, they will be telling us why it is true or it's not well. Because why the system itself is not that well. But where we are responsible for, and where we have the oversight and the sole responsibility, those are places that we have been able to improve for the better living condition of our people. Because our understanding is that everybody cannot work with government. And so if you have people that are employed in the private sector, and with concessions company, with in the larger business environment, I would call it informal sector, all you need is to create an enabling environment that they will have a livelihood for their family. And the only way to do that is to have a responsive labor officers that will always be there to answer to the call of the people. Because why? Everybody, one way or the other, is employed. Either you are self-employed, or you are employed with government, or you are in the private sector. So wherever you are, we want to add value to where you are. So that at the end of the month, when people taking the 10,000, 5,000 United States out of home, even if that 200 you are supposed to get, you should be able also to take it home to your family without any reason that would deny you not getting it. So you also ask our current position, what we are doing in the county, and where we are now at the level of the Ministry of Labor as commissioner. And so every labor activities in the county, if you can call behind us, if you can do your own investigation, you will come back. Maybe you will invite us back to the platform to tell the people that what we are saying here now is being confirmed.
I heard from you. There are some issues with the system. What are some of the issues you guys have with the system over there?
Our government is a centralized government. What do I mean? All of the power comes from Monrovia. All of the power centralized in Monrovia. So at times, yes, you will need some authorization from where the power comes from to get anything done or to get anything going. And more besides, policies that you made there that are made, laws that are made, you cannot change them because of how you think or what you feel. So it is why it is true I'm the commissioner of Sinoe, but I don't make all of the principal decisions. Because we have a centralized system of government. Unlike in other countries, like in the federal country, for example, America, you are. Every state you have governors, and some of those states, the governor made their own rules and policy as to how those states should be governed without the interference of central government. Unlike in Liberia, we run a unitary state wherein all power lies in Monrovia County, Monrovia. And so it does not give us a kind of independence we need in the execution of our duties.
Okay,
that's what I'm talking about.
All right, excellent. Okay, but do you recognize the building behind me?
That's the Capitol building. That's the building that I'm going to in 2023 or 2024 after the election.
Why you want to leave the labor sector to go to the Capitol building?
Thank you. Because, my brother, there are a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons that we think we need to go to Capitol building and leave the Ministry of Labor. We are not leaving the Ministry of Labor because we are not making impact there, no. But
you are not making impact?
I'm saying we are not leaving the Ministry of Labor because we are not making impact.
Okay.
No. We are leaving the Ministry of Labor because we want to make more than the impact we are making at the level of the Ministry of Labor, where we shall have the total independence of decision making from our people. That is through the ballot box. And firstly, one of the reasons for us that we thought to do that is that is guaranteed under our Constitution. That is our inalienable right. Meaning, constitutionally, we all have the right to say we want to contest. Because I am a Liberian. More besides, I have a team more than the age of becoming a representative. More besides again, I've had the experience in government. I've had over 9 years experience in government in different areas, in different sectors, different capacity that I've served. And I have made friends in government, outside government. But there is a lot more we want to do for our people. And we think the way to do it, not that being represented automatically will give you the leverage of doing that, but it gives you some advantages. Taking into consideration the responsibility and the functions of the representative. The 3 cardinal functions of a legislator: representation, lawmaking, and oversight. Now, if you talk about representation, meaning you want to represent your people. And when you are representing a group of people, it's far more different from what we are doing now. It's far more different because representation itself is the action of speaking or acting on behalf of someone or the state of being so represented. So when I'm elected, I'm going to be speaking on behalf of my people. I'm going to be acting on behalf of my people. But how am I going to do that is also important, because for the fact that they elected me does not mean I have monopoly over knowledge. And that's why in representation, there are 4 types of representation. And all of them are very viable. All of them are very important in leading your people. But it depends which one of them you will pay more emphasis on, that you will use as the most cardinal that will give you the kind of leadership style that will deliver your people. And now we will say they kind of trustee representation. When you say the trustee representation is where elected representatives are entrusted by voters with the responsibility of governing for all. You are entrusted by the voters with the responsibility of governing for all. That is the trustee representation. But in trustee representation, what happens? Representatives are free to serve the people as they think best. Meanwhile, in that kind of representation, the representatives are free to make decisions on behalf of the people without any consultation, because they believe it is the best decision to make for the people. But you also have a delegate representation. A delegate representation is where elected representatives are delegated or have delegated the responsibility to act in the interest of the people who elected them. But in this means that the representative will consider their electorates or the state or territory when making decisions. So this is the kind of leadership that we are bringing on the table. A delegate representation.
Let make the discussion interactive instead of you just lecturing us. Yeah. So you talk about.
Well, as the one hosting me, at times you will come in with a point. Then I will start other than that. Will keep flowing.
Right. So that's why I want to interrupt a little bit. So, of the 3 types of representation that you just listed, which one you bring it to us?
There are 4 terms. There are 4 terms, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the policy representation, you have the mayoral representation. I'm bringing 2 to you. I'm bringing the delegate representation and I'm bringing the mayoral representation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. One of the reasons that I'm bringing the 2 types of representation to our district and people is because we have had leaders and we have leaders currently. That does not mean that our leaders have not done well, or it does not mean that they are not doing well. And we are always told our people that we're going to start from where they will stop, because government is continuity and leadership is also continuity. But we are coming with a leadership style that will be participatory and inclusive. I'm not saying previous leaders were not doing that, but because this is my opportunity, this is my time to give you my platform, so I got to tell you what I will be doing on my platform. And so we are bringing a leadership style that will be participatory and inclusive, meaning we will not be the only person that will make a decision, even though every decision we make will be accountable and responsible for it. So a decision wherein the people will have a little say, at least for the fact that you are representing them, I think it's also important. If something is unfolding at the Capitol building, maybe there's a bill that will be introduced, and we need to vote as our thought and opinion on those bills. But our individual judgment we might be thinking that whatever way we vote will be the best way out. But sometimes a group will come back home and consult our people that there is a bill that is about to be passed. What do you think? Why is it say? Even though they will not go to Capitol building to tell the people I don't vote yes or vote no. But from the consultation with them, I will have an insight to how they are also thinking, contrary to my thinking. And then it will prepare me as a leader to make a decision that will not only be in my interest, but that reflect the people that I represent. And that's the kind of leadership I'm talking about.
Okay, so what you do, Christian, I want you to, since we're talking about your campaign and platform and stuff like that, there is a Chinese proverb that says that with money, you are a dragon. Without money, you are a worm. So running a campaign is cash intensive. Where are you getting the money from to run your campaign?
Thank you. I think where every other candidate is getting their money from, that's where I will get mine from. Because I'm also,
you guys don't have this. You don't have the same situation. So tell us the situation. Where you getting the money from?
So why is the situation of the others?
I don't know.
Good. So I'm saying I'm employed. I'm working. I'm the Commission of Labor. I might not be earning, as you may know, that all of us are earning. But let me say this, that on a serious note. Let me say this. You know, I don't want people come on this international platform and the only thing they can tell their audience is the issue of financial solvency. Because the issue of financial solvency, will not provide leadership for the district after 2023. Because mind you now, what our people need is leadership. And I will tell you why our people need leadership. Because no one person can individually develop the lives of our people. You will be deceiving yourself and also deceiving the people.
Yeah, but
so what people need is leadership.
In order to offer leadership, In order to offer leadership, hold on a second. In order to offer leadership, you need to first get the power of the people, and you need to campaign. It requires money, so you can't just be catapulted to the Capitol building without money.
Good, and that's why I'm telling you that I got money, because since I started my campaign, what I've been spending, I don't know, the different need for him is that money. Whenever I go to the district, what I spend is money. When I come from the district, what I bring is money. Everything I spend is money.
What are you doing in the district currently?
Thank you. What am I doing currently? You know, that's a nice question. But this question, if you ask everybody what they're doing currently, they will say a lot of good things about you. You know, there are different types of grading elections. People grade what you're doing currently, and people grade what you have been doing before currently. You get what I'm saying? So if possible, maybe currently, if they are grading up currently, maybe you could get 50, and I get 30, other men get 20, right? 100%. But if the grade up what we have been doing before now, maybe I will get 80%, then the 20%, the rest of the people.
What you were doing before and what you are doing now.
Thank you. I love this question, Dad. You know, all of our activities are being district number 3 before this 2023 elections that we are all wanting to participate. Firstly, the first opportunity that we took to the district was in 2014 and 15. 2014, we were appointed as the chairman for the Constitutional Review Committee for Sinoe County. And that committee was headed by Councilor Gloria Maya Musu Scout. And as chairman of that committee, one of the key things we did, besides our work in the entire country, but specifically in division number 3, we organized a kind of a leadership symposium in Tababo that brought 150 delegates together. And how these delegates were recruited. Each of the superintendents of both Sinoe and Tababo, because by then we had 3 statutory districts in Electoral District number 3. Unless now that we have 5. So the so rest in peace with the Christian graduate had a 50-man delegation from Sinoe to Tababo. So with the Paul Chie, the former superintendent that was being replaced now by Mana Ami Public, also led a 50-person delegation from Tababo to Johnson Tababo. And Narration Kaya with the own team. And the essence of that meeting was that we try to promote unity and peace amongst our people. Because there is a district that have people of diverse background. Diverse ethnic background, tribal background, and what have you. But if you have to be a leader of that district, meaning that you will be a twin follower or a twin model. And so from the day we started our leadership in the district, the first thing we believe that in the action of unity and togetherness, we cannot achieve development. So what can we first do? Let's make sure to unite our people, or let's make sure to further maintain the relationship that we have amongst ourselves as people. And so at the end of that conference, everybody appreciated it, and some economic value was added to the participant of that conference. And we did not stop there. We led a 25-man delegation to Banga from our very district for the National Constitutional Conference that was held in Banga. And at the end of that 3-day conference in Banga, some economic empowerment was given to those 25 delegates that we took from the district.
What is that? When you say economic value, what is that?
Each of them received $455.
Okay.
Each of them received $455 just for 3 days conference. And all us, we just go there and recruit people from Banga and share money with them. But we took the people from the district because we want them to have some economic empowerment. That's the point I was stressing. Okay. And so, after that process,
before you go ahead, you talk about you have a 150-man delegation in Sinoe and all of that, and you to promote unity in the county. Did you achieve that? Is there unity in Sinoe County right now?
I was speaking specifically of division number 3. While it is true that I'm not aware of any division in Sinoe right now, what I do know is that sometimes during political processes, people pretend that there are division. But after the events, we see our people going back together in their normal life. So I would not want to say there are division in Sinoe. But what I'm saying, to first follow cement that to concretize the kind of relationship that our people have, whether you Sapo, whether you Crew, whether you Taje, whether you from Sankwe, that taking for the fact that even 50% can live from Sankwe to sleep in Beroki for 2 nights. It tells you that if he's safe, he be in Beroki. And when people start to develop that mind that they are saving Johnson, even though they are from Sankwe, then you can say the spirit of unity is moving. If the Tajiwan people can come to Johnson and sleep for 2 nights and feel safe, and nothing happened to them, it means the Johnson people can also go to Tajiwan and Sankwe. That's the kind of relationship that we are talking about.
So, question. I like. You see, our people, they are visual people, and the other guys that contending that you're going against. Alex Noah, for example, you were here the other day. He showed something. He showed something tangible. He's roofing some buildings. He's building some public toilets and stuff like that. Kollu came and showed you a school that he's running, building hand pumps in the county. I mean, how can you?
Thank you.
How
Thank
can
you.
Yeah,
now let me hold you there.
Tangible. What do you have to show tangibly?
Let me hold you there. You see what I call development? Development is a collective effort. For the fact that we are all eyeing the same political seat does not mean that we are enemies. We are all sons and daughters of that land and that district. So since we are many, and Reverend Kollu believes that by building the mission and impacting our people through education is a better thing. He's good at that. Let him remain there. That's a good thing. And Mr. Noah also believes that infrastructure development is okay by bringing zinc and zinking people. I will not photocopy what they are doing. What they have neglected is what our people. What are those that they are neglected? I have given scholarship to our children, our sons and daughters. It is also important. Because
how many students you get scholarship?
Right now, I have 20 scholarships, and tomorrow I can send you the full list and the schools they are in. You can even talk to the principals.
But Sonny Boy told me he's doing the same thing, and Kollu is giving free education.
I don't know about that. You can do your own background investigation and find out that. I've come here to speak about myself, and now for Reverend Kollu, and now for Mr. Sonny Boy. They came here and they spoke for themselves.
The reason I brought them because these are people you'll be going against. So the guys,
let me tell you something.
Let me ask a question. I'm a politician. You like to talk. Hold on a second.
Go ahead. Let me give you the time. Go ahead.
Why do you think you are better than Sonny Boy Noah to become a representative? Why are you better than Reverend Kollu? Why are you better than College of Foley? And the other people that are coming, like the lawyer, Mr. Yanti, what you call? I mean, a lot of them, they are coming. Why are you better than them? What is it that you bring to the table that they do not have?
Thank you. First thing before we go to that, let me give you some acknowledgement. The first thing that I want to acknowledge is that I respect all those names that you just called, because therefore Reverend, Reverend is all of us big brother. And if somebody that if I attended his mission, I can admit that I attended the Kollu mission. I can remember some years back. Yes, I can remember. So I respect him for that.
Why are you going against somebody who taught you? Why you can get a many opportunity to lead you?
We will get there.
Okay.
We will get there. We'll get to that question. But let me answer the first one.
Okay.
Now, also, like the issue of Balangare Jebule, yeah, I interacted with her in fact. She's very eloquent. She's very strong on issue. She's an intellectual. I respect her for that also. And she also respect me. Mr. Noah, I also respect you. He's a brother. You get what I'm saying? But the fact here is that, my brother, let me give you, every district has its own politics. Every region has its own politics. For example, I respect all the names you just called, but they myself share the same political constituency. So I'm not worried about them. I can see them as contenders because we share the same constituency. My contemplator now, my strategies and my work is in the Tajawan and the Sakwan area. Because I believe that if I win more votes in Sakwan and Tajawan plus the ones that are already reserved for me in the Sapo Belt, I'm the representative. So yeah, Reverend has a school, he has been teaching people, fine. Mr. Noah said he building houses, he built toilet, fine. Malagare Jawin is coming as a political female general,
I
fine.
understand she's building a mall.
Oh, well, I don't inspect the project, so I don't know about that. Maybe it could be true. But what I'm saying is that all of them that you are talking about, they are not a contender. They are political opponent, but they are not contender. You know why they are not contender?
No.
Because we share the same political constituency. Mr. Sonny Bono, you talk about him myself from where in Bedouin there. We're all going to share the Bedouin vote. His mother is from Wedja, my mother is from Wedja. We're all going to share the Wedja vote. Jerry is from Kamuta. So my concentration right now, I'm not saying I'm forgetting the Sapo Belt. No, because I've been working all the years in the Sapo Belt. I am now pushing to Tajawan and Sanford. Because
why are you concentrating in that area?
Thank you, because that's how Honorable Zaza have been winning the district. If he share the Sapo vote with his Sapo brother and sister, he get more in Tajawan and Sanford than they do, and so he became the representative. 2 different times it happened. So yes, you and I, my friend Joason, my friend Wedja in Vubadi, other places, there to there. But election not finished from that. Why you get from Sanko and Tajuan to Alto, why you get from your own area will determine the winner.
Christian, what's the ideological distinction between you and Alex and Noah or Reverend Kollu and stuff? But I'm hearing from you, you guys are saying the same thing. Ideologically, how do you differ from the other people?
I differ with them because I come on the table with leadership and not with finances.
So
I'm bringing
guys
leadership to the table. That's not what I'm saying. You said they have been bragging about their financial certainty because of the Chinese problem that you gave. So for me, I'm not just coming on the table with financial capacity, financial ability. You gave me a Chinese problem.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Apparently, they are coming from the economic background. For me, I'm a commoner son. I'm not a bourgeois. And so I will not come here and brag about having money because I'm not a money man.
They are bourgeoisie?
If they are telling you that they have money, maybe then they belong to that class. Because I'm a commoner son. Again, I'm saying, I am telling you that I'm bringing leadership to the table. And what our people need right now in that district is leadership and not money. I'm not saying, because you know what the leadership does?
No,
you know what the leadership does? Thank you. Let me tell you, when I keep talking about leadership, let me tell you one or two things, and one of the reasons that I talk about leadership. I can remember 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago, one of the major forests that we had in the district we depend on that belong to the 4th section, the Joason, the Sikon, the Kabade, and the Wedja people. It was engaged by a logging company. And they have the committee that have been studying the affairs of this company. The people got up one day and said the committee eating their money, they're not understanding anything, and so they don't want the committee members. We got involved. I told the secretary, I said, we got to go and solve because that community foreign can also be involved fearlessly. Impartially, we got involved. And at the end of our interventions, that committee was removed, and the people themselves went to election and elected a new committee. Since the election of that committee, let me tell you the new thing that happened in the district. That very committee that is in place ever in the Hawaii or Wedja district, right now in Balawan, there's a modern town hall that the new committee are built. In Juruta now, which is a single area, I'm told that they are changing the roof of the people town with zinc. Right now in Bedouin, they are building a public or non-public or elementary school there. So it means that the leadership that we exercise impartially has one given birth to a model town hall, a model police station, because government says she doesn't have the money now to build a police station in the district, and the district needs a police station because anywhere you have police, there will be crime, and to make crimes, you must have a police station. They are successful in doing that. They are also successful in building, elementary school that is under construction. So I'm telling you that there will come a time with all the money you have, the people will need you to make certain decisions that will impact their life. If you can't make that decision properly,
okay, so about
down the drain. That's what I'm saying. So I will not come on the platform and say money, 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 money. No. I'll come with a lot of leadership skill.
So basically, understanding you correctly, at the top of the agenda is leadership. That's what you are bringing to the people.
Exactly.
Okay,
because that's what they need right now.
So let's transition. You tell a little bit. You talk about the cardinal responsibilities of a lawmaker and all of that. I mean, what are some of the legislation that you're trying to you're bringing or you want to sponsor in the Capitol building? What are those bills that I'm bringing? All I want to sponsor in the Capitol building. Thank you. You know, for me, like I said, I will not be repetitive in drafting bills and sponsoring bills. What do I mean? The first two cardinal bills we have right now, firstly, we'll have a bill that is already on the floor, but that has not been passed. We have to do with the women parity bill. The women parity bill. I'm going to sponsor that bill. I'm going to sponsor that bill because I believe that it is a positive action that has the positive intent of elevating our opposite gender, the women community, to a certain level of standard with the men. So I'm going to sponsor that bill because not because I'm a man, but I have a daughter and I have a wife. If it is not my daughter or my wife, it could be another person's daughter, another person's wife. And another reason that I think it is important for us to sponsor that bill is because, like for example, look at the Liberian Parliament. You can come more than 10 female. The total number of female in the Liberian Parliament could be 9 or should be 9. You get what I'm saying? But we have 73 lawmakers. 73 lawmakers. Representatives. If you add the 30 senators, you're talking about 103. Right? Yeah, yes.
You had the 30 senators to the 73 representatives, you have 103.
Mr. Tababo, yes, I like the bill that you're talking about, women parity bill you're talking about. We got women in the race right now. Why don't you put your support behind one of them? Saying you want, you say women are not properly represented in the Capitol.
Thank you.
Why do you give your support to one of them?
You are a smart guy. I anticipated the question that why I brought this, even though I stand by what I'm saying. Let me tell you this. When you are fighting for change, and you need to fight indivisibly. You need to fight in unison. What do I mean by that? Right now, I'm hearing about 2 to 3 female aspirants. And from the diaspora, one have not officially told the people whether she will contest or not. That is Madam Secretary. She has not told the people whether she will run or not. But we see many visitations to the district, and we are politicians. We are looking out for our political eyes.
What's the name of the lady?
Madam Secretary.
Secretary.
I think in fact she's a councilor. I think she's councilor secretary.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then we have Madam Gale Jebedi. Then we hear Madam Karo Shebe.
Right.
They are saying, or we are also agreeing with them that they are being marginalized. So if they want to fight to live from this state of marginalization, why can't they have the kind of united spirit? Let Gale and Madam Karo Shebe sit down and consolidate. Karo Shebe, you go, or Gale, you go. Silver, you go. All the women community bring out one female candidate. And let's see whether if we put
if that happens, you want to join them?
Probably
if they consolidate.
Probably I could join. But let me tell you the reason I'm supporting this bill. Because there are different between opinions and laws. Yeah, it might be my opinion that it's important that I leave the race and support female candidates because I want to support the women parity bill. But it might not be the decision of the electors. But for example, if it is legislated that in Sinoe or in Liberia of the 73 electoral districts, let us set aside exclusively 30 districts for only female candidates. Meaning, if 100 female were in the race in that district, it will automatically be a female representative. That's what the women parity bill is about. There will not be an opposite gender competition.
Is that a democracy?
I think, yeah, a positive democracy because other countries try as work. So if Liberia try to also work, like Kenya, for example. If you read about the Kenyan parliament, you will see a lot of women in the parliament. Not because they are, not because all of them there, they are, they could compete, really with the men in terms of real competitive election. No, but because they believe that on the table, if you the man, if you are taking like a man, somebody should be there to take like a lady.
Yeah, but what I'm
Somebody should be
saying,
there
there
to take
are
like a
other
lady.
ladies. There are other ladies in the country, like let's say the lady from Grand Basel, for example, Lawrence, Kanga Lawrence. You know, she competed with the men and she got in the Capitol building. So why you want to create, in a sense, you have a male soccer team and you have a female soccer team. That's what you're trying to do here.
How many women are competing with males and in the Capitol building? I'm looking at the ratio. Yeah, for the case of Yomdi Kanga Lauren, she might be successful, she might be lucky doing that. But Madagale Jabe might not be successful doing that. Madagale Shube might not also be successful doing that. And other female candidates or aspirants might not be successful doing that. And on a daily basis, on a decade basis, we still see, in fact, the numbers are dropping drastically. During Manasari time, 2005, 2011, we see more female. 2011, 2017, we saw more female. And now the number has dropped drastically to 9. So we are saying we need some policy action that will help. And look at Kenya. Kenya is one of the developing countries now in Africa. So if they try that and work, and it's still working for them, we believe when we try that it's going to work.
Well, why you believe so? Why you think what works in Kenya can work in Liberia?
Why I believe so?
Yeah.
Why I believe so? Because we are African, we are all African, even though they are from East Africa, we are from here, West Africa, but we are all African. We share almost the same culture, we share almost the same tradition. And more besides, we have almost the same identity. So if the try that in Kenya
the women parity bill, which bill are you going to sponsor again?
I'm going to push for the amendment of the Liberian labor law, especially the reason why I'm going to sponsor a bill that will have either a labor law reform or whatever the need we give it. Because one of the reasons we think that, because that everybody in Liberia is not working with government, but one way or the other, everybody is working. What do I mean? Either you are self-employed, or you are employed with government, or you are employed with company, or you are employed with a bigger business. Now, if you cannot work with government like Tababo to be a labor commissioner, wherever you work, even as a sweeper, if you are entitled to $150 at the end of the month, you should receive that $150 because that's what you and your family depend on. There should be no reason that, for example, that you're working for $150 a month and you will not take pay 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Then the employer bring 1 month, 2 months, owe you. Where in the world people owe labor? You owe people for the labor? Where? As soon as the people work, at the end of the month they should be paid. That one. Another thing that I look at is that the framework of the decent work act, they give a lot of leverage to the employer. Because if you read the decent work act in chapter 13, which talks about employment contract, it gives the employer the sole authority as to deciding which type of employment the employer should do, whether they will put the people on contract or they will get a permanent employment status. And whenever you are a contractor, you don't have job security. Because the more agitated you start to become, as soon as your contract expires, the employer says, well, man, I can't renew the contract because you follow argument. And there's no way you can tell that person.
So what change you want to effect?
The change I want to effect is that, for example, every job is not the same. And certain jobs should be given certain criteria and certain qualifications and certain leveraging as to in terms of salary. They only way and set salary for unskilled people. They say unskilled laborer, $5.50 a day. We agree. What happened to the logging truck drivers? Why is the salary? They can pay them anything. What happened to the legislative drivers? Why is the salary for them? They should pay them anything. What happened to the operators of the yellow machine? Why is the salary for them? They should pay them anything. And once they pay them anything, it means that it's okay? No. If you say unskilled person $5.50, if you can give a maximum salary for operator, you should give a minimum salary for operator. If you can get a maximum salary for the secretary in the office of the general HR manager or the general manager or supervisors. So people just come, hire you, and once they pay you $200 because $200 is above the minimum wage payment, which is $143. So that employer in red mind thinks that he pay you what he's supposed to pay you because you are making more than what the unskilled person. But there should be a grade of salary grade. This position salary grade, the qualification salary grade, and this and this and this and that. But it just left a blanket in the way that the employers are enjoying the labor of the employees at their detriment. So we are saying, for example, and another thing, the issue of redundancy all over the country. I'm going to pull that redundancy law be amended.
Question. Yeah. I might know some of the jargons you are using, but break them down. What do you mean redundancy? People don't, maybe
redundancy means some of the companies say we're coming to put people down, or next month we're putting 100% down because financial crisis, the coronavirus pandemic, or business not going, and what have you. Good, the law gave you that right to do that. But on the contrary, the very company that put people down because of coronavirus, after 1 or 2 months, they will take another people. So if you had a capacity of hiring new people, why you put old people down in the name of financial crisis? You get what I'm saying? And another thing that the frameworks did, the decent way out or the labor law, it is not that enforceable by the labor officers themselves. No, it's not that enforceable. The procedures, the bureaucracy attached are so many to the extent that at times complainants or employees or people who have problems with to the working place that come with their cases, sometimes they feel so discouraged of the long stay of the case that it cannot be adjudicated properly because the procedures are so long. And if the man cannot absorb all of the procedures, he say, I leave my own with God. And when 2-3 people continue to leave their own with God, they turn on government. And they will be right. They say, our government not doing it well. And they will be right to say that. Because we need to have laws and policies that are enforceable. We have a lot of good laws on the board. I think the problem we have is the implementation or the enforcement of the laws. That's
so, your job is to make laws. Are you going to exert pressure on the executive to enforce the law?
We have oversight responsibility.
Are you going to do? I'm sorry?
We have oversight as lawmakers. It's one of our responsibility, oversight. We have oversight. And we're going to use our oversight to the letter. Because oversight means you are there in the cabinet building, you make laws, you make policy, there are things that's supposed to be, or you make some appropriations of things that's supposed to be done. And on the contrary, practically, they are not visible to the eye to see as to why they are not done. Your responsibility as a legislator who partook in that decision making, not just that after laws are passed, it means that your work is done. No, you need to make sure that the laws that are passed are enforceable and they are effective. That's oversight.
Okay,
that's oversight.
Good talk. But you spoke of women empowerment, so you try to sponsor a bill called Women Parity Bill. But what you're a young man, so what do you have for the young people, the youth of Sinoe County or District Number 3? What do you have in your package for them?
Thank you. A lot of times our young people will say, "Let company come, we will work." That would be the popular saying. One company will come, we will work. And most times when companies go to this area, a lot of them still are not working. Don't hold them responsible for that because there are something that some of our leaders are not seeing, maybe that we have observed. Most of the young people, especially in our district, if you want 10, 15, 20 high school graduates, you will get them. If you want 30, 40, 50 high school graduates, you will get them. But if a local company, for example, went to a particular location or a particular part of our district, and they put a job vacancy. When you go there, they will not say high school graduate because there will no job description for high school graduate. They will tell you, say, for example, we need a tire man. And you don't have any tire man among the young people. They will tell you, say, we need a welder. They will tell you, we need a driver, we need a mechanic, we need an electrician, auto electrician. You get what I'm saying? They will start naming positions that are of tertiary education. So our focus in alleviating the challenges of the young people of our district is to get involved with vocational education. We'll be building vocational centers in the district where our people will learn different handwork. Because for you to say I'm a high school graduate does not mean, for example, you could be a clerk. Maybe you don't know computer. Maybe you are not computer literate.
Yeah,
So
but
if they need a clerk somewhere,
question, I
so
understand. Question, it's what I mean. It's easier said than done. I mean, where you going to take the money from to set up? I mean, talking about vocational education and all those things. Where you getting the money from?
where you get it, there are two ways to get the money. There, in fact, three ways to get the money. If the vocational institute you want to build, if your salary that you're earning as a lawmaker cannot cover that, you lobby. You
What
lobby.
is that?
You use your lobbyistic power. You talk
What
to
is that?
friends. You talk to friends. You talk to other people. You talk to other NGOs. You talk to other humanitarian organizations. If possible, you travel. You leave the country. You go to other countries. Make friends. There are a lot of humanitarian organizations.
So basically,
there are a lot of people
you
out
are
there
going,
who are willing to
you are
invest.
selling, you are taking the Kollu's approach. You say you're going to let it beg. Are you going to beg too?
What the role of a lawmaker is always best in the interest of your people, especially from a third world country like Liberia. Yeah, maybe that's the best way to put it. We're going to beg for our people because you don't have it, so you have to beg. But you're not begging for your pocket. You are begging for your people. If you beg and it come to them, they will be happy about it for the fact that they're going to get it.
Question: why you can't do the begging now? Why you have to go in the Capitol building to beg?
Because my job description has limitation. Even though as a person I don't have limitation, but you need a kind of platform to use because you are not going back for $100 US. You are not going back for $200 US. If you want to build a modern vocational school that to really look like a modern vocational school, you need close to 68,000, 75,000 United States dollars. Is that why, as a labor commissioner, you just going to beg? Who are you going to beg now to say, okay? The first thing they will see as a responsibility of your lawmaker who is there. They will not see it as a responsibility. So, for example, lawmakers have a bigger platform upon which they can stand to deliver the people. And so we are going to use that same platform that all the lawmakers are using to think about our people, because our primary concern will be the better living condition for our people. If the young people life must be improved. It will not be just passing around and giving a little dollar every day. You got to teach them how to fish. You will not be fishing for them all of the time. And so if we build vocational institution, for example, and they went there, they learn masonry, they learn how to be a builder, they learn carpentry, they learn how you call it tada, they learn mechanicism, a lot of things.
Vocational school right now.
In Greenville, yes, he has in Greenville. He has in Greenville.
Okay.
But
so
with the economic situation,
you want to build more of that?
Yeah. How do our people live from Taiwan, Southwest, everybody to come to Greenville to come to vocational institute? Who will pay their rent while they are here? Who will feed them?
Mr. Tababo, talking about youth empowerment. Assuming you become a lawmaker, we are hearing rumors or allegedly they say one of the lawmakers from Sinoe County just slashed his staff's salary. Are you going to take a page from him? You're going to mimic his example to cut down your employee salary to pay your political cronies?
Thank you, Dad. The first thing, excuse me, I'm not close with authority to test the salary that my staffers I work for. That's their entitlement. That's the legal. Under the laws, it's illegal. You can't do that. They work for it. So any salary that is being paid to you in your account legally belongs to you, and nobody should exercise any authority over that salary because you work for it. Anybody who did that, it is illegal under the law, and that person can be sued for that. So being a legal-minded person who will also be a legislator making laws, I will not be the one breaching laws. So I'm not going to catch myself in that web. I'm not going to do that because I know that lawmakers should not be lawbreakers. So while my staff's salary, it is their salary because they already work for it. Why should I go after them and say come and
so have you
tried
to reach out to your lawmaker where the allegations coming from right now, where the staff's salary have been cut? Have you tried to reach out to him?
No, I haven't.
But you want to represent the interests of the people, and such a thing has happened. Why are you quiet?
Because like you say allegedly, because it's a rumor. No one server in Senator Chief office that come out to say my salary is cut.
Some of them they are in my inbox. They are in my inbox telling me they are paranoid. They are afraid because they said the lawmaker threatened them. So that's why they're not coming public.
And cowards die many times before they're dead.
Yeah, but the cow gotta live.
So,
You know, the guys don't have another
so for
option.
example, you say you are afraid and you came to my inbox and I want to take the issue, your name will still be mentioned. How do I take up the issue of a ghost? No one can represent a ghost. No one can speak for a ghost.
No, I'm speaking for them right now. That's why I wrote an article. I didn't measure any of their name because I want
Yes.
to protect their identity.
Yeah. So right now, the senator's office has been brought to public spotlight, and I think he has a PRO, public relations officer, who can come and maybe defend the office or give the clarity or give their side of the
No,
story.
we elected Senator Chie. You shouldn't send PR people. Let him come and talk to us. You know
Well,
what
he
happened?
could also do the honorable thing. He could also do the honorable thing. I would also
but
appreciate that.
You're talking about not breaking the law and protecting people's salary, which I think it sounds good on right now. You know, when you guys want something for us, you can say the nicest thing ever. But you recently remember the lawmakers they got $30,000 in the budget. They say it was put there during Ellen time, and so it's legal. I mean, what do you make of that?
I think there should be no justification for that money. Whether it was put there during Charles Taylor time, during Eden time, they know very well it's not healthy for our country. Because, my brother, we have a lot of sectors that are challenged right now, financially because of low budgetary support. So, you who are representing the people, if you are overly satisfied, if you are overly sad, if you are overly paid, if you are overly catered to, then who are you representing? Who are you representing? Because then it means that even the issue of the salary call, they said it was a charade. Because if you say you want salary call and you are creating other means of getting additional money, and to add to why you say that you have called, then I think you're being disingenuous to the people that elected you. So it's not something that anybody who will say want to be in the interest of the people. Let me tell you something that people who know Tababo, we are not bragging about it yet. They know that we are content with what we have. We like to live a simple life, not that we don't want to live a richer life, but we know there is time for everything. And that time, not that when you become a representative or a senator, but when that time comes, nobody need to tell you what life you're supposed to live. You will see yourself living that life. For example, when I served now as Commissioner of Labor, as a young man who is between all concessions in Sinoe, if I was somebody who believed in personal aggrandizement, that right now, if I'm not one of the richest person here, I'll be one of the person that people will come with the name of money people, because it's all around me. But I'm looking at the future. I'm looking at tomorrow, because these are things people going to judge us back. Yeah, I am now. I want to be represented. People will start judging me for the previous area that I work, for the previous position that I've served in. So if our first focus is money and financial solvency, it will distract us from the real goal that we want to achieve that will better our people. And so going to capital building is not a money-making hall. No, let's get it right. In fact, if you want to be rich, go into business. Be a businessman. That's where you're going to get rich. If you go into politics, don't expect to get rich, because it's where you're going to.
Our rich people in Liberia, those are in government, though.
Yeah, if you say in government and they are rich, I don't know how they got their own riches. But what I'm saying, I'm speaking ideologically, that the idea of being a representative is not to make wealth, or is not to accumulate wealth. That's one thing. If you are blessed legally and you get wealth, fine, that's good for you. Or if you, as a lawmaker, and maybe you got involved into businesses, legal businesses, and whatever means you get money and you get rich, that's good. But not to use the people to get rich. For example, why is the essence of the 30,000? Why is it for? Because the first thing, every lawmaker, you are entitled to 200 or 300 to 400 gallons of fuel every month. 400 gallons of fuel to leave from Monrovia to Drainmore 3. You don't even need to put 50 gallons of fuel to come and go back. And they'll give you 450 plus gallons of fuel. So to come to see your people, you don't need 30,000 US dollars. So besides, you take a pay on a monthly basis.
So, Tababo, what are you going to do to get rid of those things? Is there any legislative action you're going to take?
One person, like I said, one person can start a change. One person, I know will not make the change, but one person can start a change. And we are not saying we're going to be better than all those who are going to be there. No, because in the House of Parliament, it's a house of majority decision making. There are times, but the record should show that even though majority have made a decision, but as an individual on record, you make the position very clear. And Kollu chose not to listen to you. That's the issue of parliamentary politics. It does not mean that if you say no, automatically everybody's going to say no. No. At times you will say no, and majority will say yes. You got to live with a yes. But in living with a yes, you need to make your position clear to the people you lead and to the Liberian people. That even though this thing is happening because majority of my colleagues have said yes, but as an individual, I think it is not in the interest of our country right now with the economic challenge that we are faced with. When history is making reference to that, they will make an exception to you. That even though this is happening, but Honorable John Brown, Honorable X, Honorable Christian Tababo made a position on this.
Yeah, but
So
Christian,
that's what we are
I hear where you're going with that, but I mean, what good is it to exert your position or to articulate your position and the plight of the people still remains the same?
In terms of what?
In terms of, like you say, you're giving an example, right? Where you know maybe something is being done that is not right, but you are in a minority, you know, and the majority they are doing that, and you spoke against it. But like I said, the $30,000, for example, a lot of the lawmakers, I can say all of them went for it, and you were in the building, and yes, still the guys you spoke against it, they didn't listen to you. What good is it to the population?
What good is it is that I've been exonerated? Because I can force it, I can do anything more than that.
Good to you, though. To you is good, but to the people it's not. So I'm saying,
yeah, but then the people will know who are those that keep them in such a situation. They will know because now or that the issue. I think a lot of our lawmakers are not that bad, but maybe the way some of our colleagues channel the advocacy. That's why sometimes our colleagues or our lawmakers don't listen at time. Maybe what do I mean? Instead of speaking to the conscience of their colleagues, sometimes they will use everything in terms of politics, opposition, how you call it, ruling party, and what have you. If for the opposition and you want to push a point that is very important, speak to the conscience of your colleague. Forget about where you come from. Forget about opposition said they, ruling party said they. Because when you do that now, then we'll go to the kind of representation that we call partisan representation. Because it's among the 4 types of representation. Partisan representation. Partisan representation is where the lawmaker believes that all of the actions or all of her actions in executing his or her duty should be guided by party policy and party principle. So if you raise a debate from a political party background, all of those who are in the number from a particular political party will always make the decision of the day. But if you speak to the conscience of your colleagues on the basis of the prevailing situation of your country, they are conscious about the people, they will listen. They will listen. They will know that it is void of politics. So yeah, we are not going to make an automatic change. No, but when we get there, we're going to try our best.
Okay,
so that
so
it will not be a business as usual.
Very good. I mean, well spoken guy. I'm impressed so far. But somebody is asking you, even though you are not coming to unseat Mr. Zaza, but what is the relationship between Mr. Zaza and you? Because he has a huge leverage in the district that you want to run for.
Thank you, Dad. Firstly, without saying just anything on your show, if you know Mr. Zaza or if you know any person in the district, all of our visitation in the district, this has been our statement to our people, and this statement has been if Honorable Zaza is not contesting our representative as per what we are hearing in 2023, then we will love to replace him. And the reason why we say, so what happened if you run? So you will not run? I don't know how that person want me to answer that question. Whether if Honorable Zaza run, I will not run. Because there is no way Honorable Zaza will say he's going back for division number 3, see 2023, and after I will say, okay, I'm going with you to run follow. No, we see him as a follower for all of us. He's a big brother, he's a follower, he's our mentor. Even all of us here are different positions that we serve in the country. When we have issues, he's the first person that will call for mentorship. If there anybody who will tell you that they don't call you for mentorship, well, I don't know who they call, but maybe because of politics now, but they should know politics is an event. You get what I'm saying? But Honorable Zaza is our father that we all look up to when it comes to certain decision making. So there is no way I will go rub shoulder with him during what if he is there or if he was there. But because we are hearing that he wants to go as senator, even though it's not official.
Mr. Tababo, Yes,
Yeah.
I mean it's clear that he's going for the senatorial seat. I'm saying, do you have a good relationship with him?
Very cordial relationship. In fact,
Okay.
the last area we ever met was in Pakistan, in Kabadi. And went for the funeral of one of our elders that passed. And and he was there before my arrival as a son. I led some traditionalists there, some of our our traditional singers and everything. When I entered the town as a labor commissioner, people were giving me lunch and plate. I said no, I will not go to my lunch and everyone until I see the follow of the district on Rosetta. And I led my delegation to where he was stopping, pay the homage, and he gave us a political and traditional blessing before we left the president. That tells you the kind of respect that we have for him and the kind of a mutual relationship that we have as a father and son. But I will not go around like all of people are saying, oh, Rosetta already endorsed me. No, it's not true. For me, he had never endorsed me, but we are very friendly, we are close, and we are talking. And because he's a political follower of the district, he will be the last person to endorse any candidate. I think so.
Okay, but you also spoke of doing some work in the Tajuan bill, and I think that's a political billoway of Senator Milton Teji. What is the working relationship between you and Senator Teji as well? Because that's the area, Tajuan.
Well, in our different capacity, we are all leaders of the country, even though they are seniority. Seniority in position, seniority in age. He's a senior as per his age, and he's a senior as being senator that was elected by the people of the county. And as a labor commissioner, we are here to work with all of our leaders and all of our citizens. So since we came to Sinoe, proud to even become a labor commissioner, we have been having a very good working relationship. But again, that's politics. When I say that's politics, going to Tajuan to campaign, well, I'm not going to campaign for Senator job. I don't think he will have any reason to tell the people of Tajuan not to support me, because he wants to maintain a position as a senator and I want to be representative. And I know very well he cannot be a senator and be a representative at the same time.
He supported Kollu last election, so he might not want you to, because I don't know whether you're going to still support Kollu, but if he wants, go ahead.
I respect his political weight in Tajuan and even in Sinoe, and so whoever you support, he has a constitutional right to doing that, right? Okay. But again, I think when the time comes, when the tables start to turn, he is a politician. He's not static. And he might also turn when the tables start to turn, because there might be some, writings on the wall that you can see that will tell you that even though the person I want to support, they can win or they can win. So as a politician, you know that the person, it will reach a time and you see a glaring that person could not win, I think you're going to make a turn. And when that turn is made in our favor, we'll work on that. We want to win the district. Our going to run in the district is not to attack or last anybody, because when we win the district, we're going to provide leadership for everybody in the district.
Okay, a question, good job. Let's engage with some of the comments from the followers, the viewers. So Oteka is asking, what would be your support for our push for the geographical independence of the South from Sinoe and Grand Junior counties?
Well, that is a very good major concern, but whether it is a priority now, it depends. What do I mean? For me, constitutionally, every group of people have the right to associate. Every group of people have the right, to organize themselves, to form organization. Every group of people have the right to say we want to be a nation of our own. Every group of people have the right to say we want a county status. Those are all rights that are guaranteed on our Liberian Constitution. That's one. But as a Sinoe citizen now, is that the major challenge now for Sinoe? I think the major challenge for Sinoe now is unity. That's what I think. If the time comes, when the Sabo people say they want to be a county on their own, and when that opportunity is given and they become a country, I will also appreciate that. I will also welcome that. But I don't think if I'm elected, it's going to be my first area of focus. My first focus, because if I'm elected, I will not be elected just by the Sabo people. I will be elected by the Sabo people and the Kru people, which includes Sanko and Tajo. And so the people will not elect me, they are run away from them. When they elect me, I got to provide leadership for them. And so for the 6 years they will give me, I'll be providing leadership for electoral district number 3, which include Tajuan and Sanko, and the rest of the people in the district. So yes, it is a right of my dear brother Oteka Sibi and the rest of all of those who think that it is important to have a new content created. I think it also helps with job creation and additional employment opportunity for all of people. Like recently, we saw the creation of Wekaba, a circumstantial district. It created new jobs for our people. We saw new district superintendent, development superintendent, and the rest of the people in there. All them based on payroll.
Matthew is also asking, what plans you have for infrastructure development in our district?
I think it's open, but I will need a few. Because if you say what plan you have for infrastructure development in your district, it's an open plan. Well, if God bless us, where let the way God bless the president George, we are building 100 housing units in some of the county. If God can bless us at that, maybe we'll build some real estate in the county. But specifically, what we think we can do, some of the challenges we observe. For example, we have the #1 public high school in the district, excluding Kollu Missioner because it's a private institution. Jackson Central High School. I'm also told that the Pine Sound School have been also elevated to a high school level. But for Pine Sound, because there are no qualified teachers to teach at the high school level, so you still have junior high level students. What can we do to make sure to encourage teachers to go to that Pine Sound High School? We could build a teacher's quarter. We'll build a teacher's quarter, a modern teacher's quarter that will be very attractive. And that any instructor, any teacher that you talk to for any part of any work of Liberia or any part of Africa, whether from Ghana or Sinoe, when they go there, they will also feel that they are still in a comfort zone. We need to think about that. Building a teacher's quarter at the Pine Sound School to encourage teachers to come there so that the high school administrative education are giving you can be practicalized. We could also do the same thing in Bedrock at the Jackson High School to build a teacher's quarter. To build a teacher's quarter, not more than what I saw in Kakabo, the high school in Kakabo, the teacher quarter I saw, that is there, that now teacher living in Morocco and other part of West Africa going to live there because they feel they are there in a comfortable building, they are there, they have internet service, they have running water, they got everything, so they almost they are in Monrovia. So they don't feel bad about being in that place that what we consider to be a bush. We could also think about that. Another thing we could think about when you talk about infrastructure. Infrastructure is just an open and wild war. But another thing we could do, we could connect small communities with many bridges. Even hand pumps, because our people need safe drinking water.
Christian, I like that you are bringing. Christian, I like the fact that you're bringing all these ideas. But guess what? These are cash-intensive projects. Again, the government is lamenting about no money. I mean, where do you get the money from? Oh, you say you want to beg? Sorry.
Not only begging. We have some opportunity. When you are representing people, you know what you do? No. You are there to sell the people to the outside world positively. Nobody in China, nobody in India, nobody in America, anybody will know right now that you have forest in district number 3 that you will need people to do logging, for example. That one. Nobody will know that you have creek in district number 3 that you will need company to come and do mining. That's true. Nobody will know that you have a waterfall that could contribute to electricity in the country, power energy, that through which also you can have an economic viability. Nobody will know. But you will go there and start to tell the people that we have this. And I think when we invest in this, it's gonna live on people, and also as an investor, you're gonna get more profit out of it, and you're gonna do this. We have a forest there that will company and mine, Before we go follow, this is very important. This is where people always say the lawmakers are not working. When you hear lawmakers are not working, not necessarily mean that already they are not working. But during campaign, there are things they were telling people that they will do, and they know as an individual, it is not their responsibility. Even as a lawmaker, it's not their responsibility. They will tell people, I will build school, I will build this, I will build that, I will build that. So once you win already, the people expect to see their school. They want to see their clinic. They want to see their town hall. They want to see them because you told them you will do it. You did not say government will do it. You did not say I will talk to government to do it. And so I will not come to power with deception. One, I will not end, I will not start it. Because when the time comes, I will tell the people, say, it's not the responsibility of a representative. But I started it. And once I started, it was on that platform that the people voted me. So why I can't continue it? So I'm not going to start anything that will not end. Because I know very well, I'm not coming back to the people and start telling them, oh, it's not a function of a representative of her, it's not a function of a representative of school, it's not a function of a representative of preachers. No.
Okay, question, let's look at Felton has a question for you as well. What are you going to do differently from previous leaders of that district? what could you change as an impact that you can achieve now?
Thank you, Fiaton. That's a very salient question. What am I going to do different? Maybe just joining the program, but I will carry back again and speak on that because I think you have several questions about that. But for the benefit of the question, I'm going to speak to that. Now, what am I going to do differently is that, like I said, I'm bringing on board a participatory and inclusive leadership. That's one thing I'm going to do differently. Meaning, in every decision that I made, even if all of the people in the district don't have a say in it, but at least there will be some level of consultation because that decision is going to affect them either positively or negatively. That one. Another thing we're thinking about is that with the kind of education system we have in our country, and mostly our district, we want to encourage teachers to come home to teach our younger ones. How do we do that? We have the buildings that have been constructed by government. Government doesn't have money now to give them honors like teachers' quarter, nurses' quarter, and stuff like that, or teachers' lounge, where teachers could be encouraged to come because they come into another comfort zone. We are saying infrastructurally, those will be some of our first priority areas because we want the Pioneer High School to be effective. We want the unification of the TJ High School to have a teachers' quarter in Tajawan, where teachers will come from all walks of life to live there and impact knowledge to our people. We want it to be effective. Another thing that we think is very important is that, is road connectivity. Road connectivity. And one will ask, where you going to take money from? Therefore, now some of the feeder roads in Siwagajua should have been completed now by Mandra Logging Company. Why would Mandra do that? Because we have a forest that have laws in it. Mandra want to take our laws, our timbers, and because they love it, they know the use for it. What we want for them is give us feeder roads, give us clinics, give us school, give us that. So if a lawmaker will come in with oversight to make sure that everything that has been agreed upon in the MOU, that Mandra, I'm using the name Mandra because that's the only company now in our community. And Mandra agreed to doing that. And the lawmaker will make sure that these things are done because it will further complement his work in the district because one, it is there, it is under a leadership advocacy that this thing happen. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to your personal account and take money from there and go and do that because you will not always have that personal account to do that. And so why you know that you will not continue with those studies? If you do that, it's a deception to our people. Now, we also have companies in Tajawan who have the Golden Verena family, GVL, that provide employment opportunity for our people. We can work with them and get a lot of things also achieved in our district because they are investors, they have come to invest. And we are giving them the environment under which they can invest without trouble. And as well that their businesses are growing and they are making profit. When we make the kind of necessary appeal, not in our individual interest, but in the interest of the district, they will listen. They will listen. We have all the means, the ways and means of generating resources in that district to develop that district. Because we have the natural resources there, we have the human resources there, and all we need is the capital resources. And we can utilize our natural and human resources to generate whatever capital resources we need to carry on these projects in our district. Because these are the responsibility of lawmakers.
Okay, well said. Question, let's see. You are the labor commissioner of Sinoe County and the word labor for me. I mean, I don't know too much about it, but it's work, So
yeah.
I mean, tell us a little bit the economic health of Sinoe County. How are things economically in the county?
Oh, thank you. I think Sinoe is not an exception for other counties in Liberia. We have a global financial challenge right now because of the coronavirus pandemic all around the globe. Also affected our economy because, we are having some foreign direct investment that helping to contribute to our national economy. And so when foreign countries are being hit badly with the kind of health troubles, then also our country will also be hit. And so Sinoe also being one of the sub-regions of Liberia. Yeah, the challenge that we have right now is the barrow condition because how can people commute from Monrovia to Sinoe with their commodities? Yeah, but now on the kind of a racketing level, I think at just a little increase, we are experiencing the rising prices of certain commodities, not all the commodities, because of the barrow condition. And these have been an old exchange in Sinoe because whenever we enter the rainy season, the roads are cut. And so that's one of the reasons.
What would you say the labor statistic of Sinoe County? I mean, you're the labor man. I mean, do you have the employment or unemployment rate of the population?
First, if you talk about the employment rate, I could give you, but the unemployment rate, to give it to you now will be much difficult because you got to know the total population of the country on the basis of the new census that latest now, because our last census was in 2008. So you got to first know the total population, the working age class or group, the number of persons that are following the working age, number of them that are working and number that are not working.
I mean, I
Then
think that's your
know-
area, right?
then you
So
know-
at least you should be doing all these things already.
Yeah, but there is a coordination there. I do the labor area, but there is an agency also responsible to give me certain information that I need, that I will go in the field. Because if I went in the field, for example, and all of the companies submit to me their employment index, I would know. But how do I know the number of persons that I employ? I gotta know the number of population for the country, number of them that are working age, number of them that are currently working. Then I deduct it from those that are not working. I will give you, because I want to give you an exact information. And we are working with the latest people, but they say after this current census that they are working on, they will come up with our new report on that.
Okay.
But with the issue of those employed, in Sinoe right now, my data will have over 3,000 persons employed. Some are on contract though, but we'll call all of the employees under the Ministry of Labor, because we have two types of employment. We have definite and indefinite. So when you are a contractor, you are also considered as an employee.
Okay, so while we are waiting for allegiance right now, what is the estimated population of Sinoe? You know?
The estimated population of Sinoe,
because it's 3,000 people right now on employment. Yeah, employed.
No, those employed. Yeah, those employed.
Yeah.
Yeah, those employed. And largely, most of them are with GV or the Golden Veteran, because they are the larger employer in Sinoe right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's transition to something else. I think which is killing Liberia is the issue of corruption. And you are going in Parliament or the Capitol building. You sounding very good. I mean, which I think if you're a politician, that's your number one too. You should be able to explain and convince people. But corruption has been killing our country since so-called 1847, even beyond 1847. I mean, Tababo, specifically, what would you do to mitigate, if not eradicate corruption? I mean, in the Parliament, what measure would you take? I mean, give us some ideas here. I think corruption is a serious problem in the country.
Yeah, thank you. And I think, excuse me, I think the issue of corruption all over the world can only be minimized. It cannot be eradicated, because there is no part of the world that there is no corruption. But when it starts to eat the fabric of the society, they become alarming to its population. And I think that's why in the case of Africa, Liberia is of no exception. And I think one of the things we can do, we have two arms of government that are largely responsible for that. You have the LACC, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. You have the GSC, the General Auditing Commission, and now we have the IAA, Internal Auditing Agency. But I think what we could do is to give the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission a kind of a prosecuting authority over people that will be found capable of corruption acts. Because when precedents are being set on 2 to 3 persons, it gives warning to those who are in the habit of doing that, because they will know one day the day that these are discovered, they're going to go through similar penalty. But because people come up with corruption allegations against people after few weeks, no evidence, the person is not culpable, the person is free walking away. So it has become business as usual. So we will strengthen the integrity. We will strengthen the integrity institutions. We have to do with those that are just named. We need to strengthen them. We need to give them, especially the LACC. We need to give the LACC a kind of prosecuting authority so as to minimize, not eradicate. Because like I told you, whether you like to hear or not, corruption cannot be eradicated.
Why? Why it can be eradicated?
That's why I met here when I was born. That's why I've been hearing. I continue to hear that corruption cannot be eradicated.
No, but I think because hearing it doesn't mean it can be done. Why you say? Because you heard it, so you have to regurgitate that?
Because there is no society that is corruption free, because every society is occupied by human beings. And we are all humans. We are not perfect. We are not
Okay.
100%.
All right, somebody, there's a call
We
coming
have
in here. Let
some
me see.
shortcomings.
There's a call coming in here. Let me see what it got for you.
Yeah,
who is this?
This is Cody Morris.
Okay, Kudumari, what's your take? Where are you calling from? You wanna yeah, you gotta load the other device at the back, please.
Okay, I'm the CEO for Tababo Nation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you getting me now?
Yes.
Okay, Honorable Man, how you doing, sir?
Oh, thank God. How you doing as well? How you keeping this evening from Liberia, sir?
Cody Morris, the CEO for the Tababo Nation in the United States.
Okay.
I know all your family very well. Your father is my best friend. Me and myself, we travel together so many times.
Okay, that's good.
My concern here is that I think that you people are setting a bad precedent for the young coming generation. If
Okay.
people, 3%, 4% will come from Johnson Bedabukuri alone, and the
Mhm.
Johnson trap themselves. They got 7% in the red, and you can sit down together to get 1%. You don't think you're setting a bad precedent that there will be no together in Johnson?
Okay.
All right, that's a question, or you have another one?
That's a question. That concern me up before you answer the question, because when I ask the question is that what made Liberia where it is today, that we got about 13 to 15 parties, because this guy that know both, that get a title degree to, but not people tell back on Matthew Digger, they're not able to get one of each person or child. Everybody want to run together. That what divide the country today, and we're not able to go to 2 parties 15 acres. And that's why we see coming in the Johnson district, especially in Bedabukuri, where all of us we care, we think that we freely and full one person will come from there, and you're not able to go on the drug table to put it together. So I want for you to tell the type of people actually whether it will be fruitful for our place. That 4-5% always fighting against one another. Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Powell, what's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think his question is in place. He's speaking culturally because we all from Johnson, like you said, 3% coming from Bedouin, 7% from Johnson. It is difficult to sometimes compartmentalize traditional issues, cultural issues, and that of constitutional matters. Because what do I mean by that? We could come together and say, okay, for the sake of this, for this reason, 1, 2, 3, 4 state, Saya go, for example, or Tababo go. Saya go said, no, but what about you go? I will go. In fact, all of you that say that make the decision, you are not NDC, you are not National Elections Commission, so I'm going. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but we don't want to come there and start saying that some of our brothers and sisters whose names that we are hearing don't have the right to want to participate in this process. But there were a lot of discussion behind the scene, and there are a lot of discussions still ongoing, and we believe some of them are listening to us, and maybe to give us the opportunity for the reasons that we give them. If they do listen, because we are still talking, like I want to make my father who just left the land to know that election have not come. We are still talking. And we are talking to some of our big brothers to give away. They are also talking to us. We are talking to some of our sisters to support us. They are still studying the field. But this is the beauty of democracy. And a lot of people always have interest because it is a democratic process. And so all those that have interest, yeah, they are all sons and daughters of the district. They are all qualified people. They are all important. And if the people think that Tababo should be the one or whoever should be the one, it is the people. At the end of the day, their decision will be made by the people. And that's why some of us, we are not bothered that much because the people will speak. It is the people that we are working with. They are the one we are listening to. Because we know when the tanker, they will make a decision that you might not favor you might not like it, but at the end of the day, it will be made. And when that decision is made, district number 3 have made that decision, and nobody's going to change it. but we are working together. We are not
All right.
bringing any
So you
division
are
because
you are basically you are open to other possibilities.
yeah, I'm open up in my being open up, and I'm talking. I'm leading the way, talking to most of our brothers and sisters to see reaching to give us the support this time, and because we have had a vision that we think if we are given the opportunity, and they will all be clapping for us and leave us in the air. We are not perfect, but we have been fighting all these years as a young man to live a perfect life or to live a little good life that people can see as an example. And it is because of that that we have the faith and courage. Now, not just the sample people, but district number 3, that comprises of the sample and the Tajon people, they're going to give us that authority when the time comes. They will give us that responsibility when the time comes to steer the ship of the district.
Okay. I think Morton has a question for you. My question is: since he took office as Labor Commissioner of Sinoe, what has been his developmental agenda for the past 4 years? Hello? Yeah, the Pro internet is giving some issues over there. Let's see what our brother will get sick to with it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
All right.
I think the network was bad, yeah. What the question says?
So the question is, since you became Labor Commissioner, what has been your developmental agenda for the past 4 years?
Thank you. I love this question, and I love the fact that it's coming from my own brother son Jado. That the first thing in life, if you born your there or you name that child after Motor Jado, it means that you see a lot of value in Motor Jado. It means that you want your child to be the next Motor Jado, because not only because you know his name, but because the way he lives in the society, the way he works in position that he's given. Right now, Motor asking that question. One of his sons bearing my name, Kollu Tababo. A child is my namesake. When a woman gave birth, he said this child is Kollu. Because Kollu is a great man. And I believe when you said that, one of the things that made me a great man is that's my native name. That's the meaning of the kid on a Christian Kollu Tababo. Kollu means
what does it mean? Kollu.
Kollu means what.
Yeah, we got the network is tripping now. Yeah, let's see whether he's gonna get settled down. But that's our Christian Tababo. He wants to be the next representative to when Mr. Zaza shall have gone to the Senate. He wants to be the lawmaker to fill in the gap for Honorable Zaza. Let's see. He's not back yet. Let's see. I can get him out, and he can come back on. All right, so that's our Christian. Christian is sounding good. He has a pretty good experience. Young man. He sounds good to me, But Voice of Sound, we want to listen to all the guys, and see. Again, we are not neutral platform. We want the best for the people of Sound County. So whoever has the best agenda, of course, we're going to support that person. All right, so but we're going to talk to all the guys. Our engagement continues. Okay, walking stick. Somebody say, "Oh, Kollu." Okay, all right. I know what that means now. All right, let's see what other guy will get back on. We're wrapping up. We're almost there. Almost there. Let me see, guys. So while we are waiting for the man, let's do a little musical interlude here. All right, I think he's back now. I want you to. Christian, welcome back.
Thank you, Dike. Thank you. So as I was saying, even though I will get to the question, but I'm laying basis of the question because my brother asked a question, well, have been my developmental activity in the past 4 years? Good. The first thing, the question you asked, when you say development, development has several definitions, right? I don't know exactly which type of development you're talking about, but my responsibility when I took over, because you said when you took over for the past 4 years, when I took over, my responsibility was what? To restore calm in the labor sector of our county. When there are cases between the employer and the employee, to hear them, to make sure that there should be a peaceful and total settlement of the matter, to make sure to keep on Indian registration and expert registration to generate revenue for the government. That way we have been doing very effectively. We also have a responsibility to create labor awareness with the working population in the county. Good. But if you say what, because I don't have any money in the budget that government gave me to carry on development projects around the country. That's one. But when you talk about personal initiative, like I told you, I've been to human resource development, because my interest is changing minds, changing attitude. When the minds of the people are developed, when the minds of the people are built, it means you are teaching them how to fish, and you are not fishing for them. Then, for example, of all of us in the county are still to be corrected until they can come and tell what they have been doing. I'm the only leader in the county that have my number at the FJ Grand Hospital in the maternity center. That when people are taken from the district, not only in the district, all parts of Sinoe, and they're supposed to go on operation, they need drugs, they need this, and they can't afford to pay the hospital bill. The hospital called me, and I go there to intervene with the little bigger resources that I'm making. So I'm making impact, Moto. I'm making impact in the health sector. I'm making impact in the educational sector. You can go take a motor and see someone. Let him go to every grant now and go on the bulletin in the maternity center. You will see my name and number there. People call me. Oh, we have a patient who need to operate. You need 3 pounds of blood. Can you come? And I go and pay for the 3 pounds of blood. Oh, the other person need to do this. We don't have the medication. Then I go and buy it. Some of the people, I don't know them. But I'm doing it because I believe that in life, in every little capacity you find yourself in, try to make an impact. You don't need to be a Bill Gates to make an impact. You don't need to be George, we are the president of Liberia to make an impact. But every little area you are, try to make an impact. So yes, I have been engaging into human resource development. I've also been engaging into the WASH project. I have been rehabilitating hand pumps. You talk about constructing hand pumps. When you have 4 hand pumps in your town that are damaged, and you want to construct a new one, what happened to the 4 that are damaged? So we are into the rehabilitation as first. Work for life, the issue of maintenance is very important, because if you have these things and you cannot maintain them and you want more of that, you're causing developmental chaos. So what we're thinking is that, say, in the race, we all are sons and daughters of the district. The other person coming to build school, the other person build, then we will supply the drugs. If we do that, it means we are working together cohesively. Yeah, so we have been making impact in those areas that we just named. And Mr. Moton Jero is aware of that. And I'm a name say Moton, how can you come here? Okay, I think.
All right.
I think even though you will not respond, but you hear me.
Thank you, Tababo. So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, special guest tonight is Christian Tababo. He has an ambition to contest 2023. So he's making a case to you. We are bringing all the candidates here so you can hear from them. All right, so Mr. Tababo, we are almost there. You've been on for a while. Let's see here. There's something else I want to bring. I'm sorry you put it. I'm quite controversial. So I like to. How will you tackle a female genital mutilation, domestic violence, rape, gay marriage, arranged marriage, and all those things, tribalism in the county? So let's tackle the thing one at a time. There's a lot of things I put in there. So let's tackle the issue of female genital mutilation first.
I worked with the Ministry of Gender for 4 years. And before I got to the position, the first government job I ever held was with the Ministry of Gender. I worked with the Ministry of Gender as the CWO for Sinoe, that is the Child Welfare Officer. And I was the deputy to the Gender County Coordinator. And so we were engaged into SGBV, which is sexual gender-based violence. We were engaged into GBV, gender-based violence, and persistent non-support, and female genital mutilation, like you're saying. And I remember, we attended a conference in Sinoe in Nima County, and wherein the women of Liberia were pushing to have a domestic violence, law to outlaw domestic violence. And I can remember it was Honorable, how you call it? Honorable, what you call it, the development then for Nima County, I will call him. And he was the development, Tiglo Yole. Honorable Tiglo Yole was the then development superintendent of Nima County. And one of the things he said in that meeting was that there is a new phenomenon into our sector. And so we should not be hasty about it. What we could do first is to source out funding from international partners and donors to start awareness on this matter. Because this has been the culture of our people. This has been the tradition. The female genital mutilation did not start there yesterday. It's something that's been happening yesterday. So introducing them to a new system or a new way of life that you think is more important and better than what they are doing, it requires education. It requires awareness. It requires informing the negative part of this exercise and the positive part if they stop to doing it. But if you just gather today and say, oh, stop to it, you're going to get strong resistance from the people because that has been a practice. So yes, what we will do is that we will advocate for budgetary support to NGOs and professional groups or those who are in the advocacy area to getting rid of or eradicating the female genital mutilation that is being practiced in some sector of our country. Because
so are you against it?
The word against, I will not just use the word against it because firstly, like I told you, it is a practice that our people have been involved with from the day they were born. And at the time I've said,
the fact that our people have been practicing it forever doesn't mean it's right, though.
Well, if you say right, anything that is not right, if you talk about right, then I will go to law. Because anything that is right, I mean, it is legal. And legally,
no, right in the context for me, right in the context, anything that has a medical implication in this context is not good. And for all indications, for all research, female genital mutilation that has medical implication. And therefore, yeah. So that's what I'm asking. Are you against it or are you for it?
That's what I'm saying, because yesterday, we never, our people believe there was no medical, implication. But since now, there are studies that have shown that female genital mutilation has some medical complication, then it is something that we all must stop because it has to do with the life of our sisters, of our mothers, right? But in time past, there was no study conducted, there was no survey report given up. But from what I'm hearing, that female genital mutilation has medical complication. Anything that have medical complication, I would be against it. And so, yes, I'm against it. But what it is true, I'm against it. In changing the situation around, we need to give it a manual approach. And that manual approach is first start to sensitize the people that the reason we are telling you to do this, not that your culture is bad, but because medically or according to health workers, according to health practitioners, this thing is very harmful to our girls' children, to our sisters, and to our mother. And I think when we start to teach them this thing, they will understand what we are doing, and they will also help us, to make sure that their government can put a rest of the situation. So yeah, for that phrasing, medical complications or implications, I'm against it.
Okay, so now we got a lot of stuff. So now that's
Now you talk about
domestic violence.
You talk about domestic violence. One of the things we're doing with the Ministry of Gender, we're into a program called Village Saving Loan Association, VSLA, and the Village Saving Loan Association program was intended to empower women. It was under the women empowerment in the program of the Ministry of Gender. Because
one second, please. 1 second. I think there's a call coming in here. Let's hear from the caller. Hello, who is this?
How are you?
It's Sinoe. Are you hearing him, Christian? Sinoe, you want to speak a little louder, please?
Yes. I just wanted to first say hi to my friend and brother, Christian Tababo. But I have one question.
Christian, are you hearing him?
Yeah, I'm hearing him.
Okay.
I have been following
social media and the activities of my brother. It seems that he's a candidate in district number 3 in 2023. So my question to Tababo is, there are other contestants that are contesting for the same seat that you are aspiring for. What do you bring to the table differently from your contestant? What separates you, Christian Tababo, from the rest? And we encourage the people of district number 3 to make you the representative. Thank you.
All right. But Christian, you can go ahead, but I think you answered that question already. I asked you earlier. Yeah, he's frozen over there. Like let he get situated. Yeah, you know the propos. Right?
Yeah, I think I got his question very well. His question is similar to that of Feto Melo. What is it I'm going to bring different on the table?
Yeah, I think I asked you that very question too, and you addressed it.
Yeah. You also asked me to address it. So, will not be repetitive. We'll
yeah, right.
We'll come back. Yeah. So,
right. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you know, let's wait for the propos. But our special guest is Christian. Christian is making a case for 2023. The House of Representatives, District number 3, and that's what Tababo is making the case for the people to give him the chance when Mr. Zaza should have been sent to the Senate. You know, let me see when my brother, I will kick him out of the studio and you'll come back again and we'll continue with the conversation. We're almost there. I just want you to address a couple of the points that I have right now. But so far, so good. The viewers, you are doing great. Thanks for your participation. That's what we want. I mean, the people are asking for the WhatsApp number. I got it on the screen. And how come? I don't know. They are not still calling. But let's see. Let me see when Christian gets on. In a second, we will continue with the conversation, and we are wrapping up too for the night. The brother has to go to bed. All right, now device not connected. Okay. All right, Christian, welcome back.
Thank you, Dad. And like I was telling you about this program that we're running. The essence of the program was to empower our women because studies have shown that any man who sees his woman as an asset will not always want to be beating on that woman. Because the more you beat on this woman, it's a likelihood that he might lose her or she might leave you and go to another man. And how can a woman be an asset is when she become a contributing factor to the home in terms of the maintenance and upkeeping of the home. And so we believe that our women needed to be empowered, our real women needed to be empowered. And so we ran this program. So yes, in terms of domestic violence, these things sometimes is inborn tendency of some of our male counterparts, and some people are just violent, and because and when you talk about domestic violence, sometimes it can be also economic violence. What do I mean? You are not beating on the person, but whenever they ask for anything that has to do providing to the needs of the person. You refuse to give the person money, to take care of some of the personal stuff and personal belongings, and without you, they can't go to another person to ask to say, "Oh, do this for me," because you're somebody's wife. So economically, that is violence against the person because you feel you have the spending power, you have the deeper pocket, or you are the one working. Let's put it that way. Maybe the lady is not working. And so you decide to treat her in that way, also economic violence. So we're going to work with the Ministry of Gender to look at what they have, on the decks that we can support, whether they require budgetary support or they require, more advocacy in the house. We will work with the Ministry of Gender that is responsible for that in tackling the issue of domestic violence and also the issue of rape. For the issue of rape, I think it was on the increase before in 2011, because 2005, Man said it took over. And at the time, there was not a rape law. And people were doing it, but they never knew it was rape. When the law was passed, people thought it was on an inquiry because people were being brought to book. So you think it was happening before nobody was being arrested. So you didn't know that it was happening on the inquiry. So when the law was passed and people started being taken to court, some part of the early stage, the early part of the inception of the government, the issue of rape, I listened to former President Salif some time ago. She spoke about it, that it was getting on the increase in Monserrato. But I think some measures have been put in place. They are not been eradicated, but they have been minimized. And I think we need to design programs, that will work with our mothers, work with women organizations. Let us start also to teach. When you say this thing, they say, "Oh, you supported the issue of rape," but that's the reality. Let us start to teach morals to our children. And the way we teach moral is the upbringing of the child. You look at a 3-4-year-old child, you post something up there, and they are almost like a half-naked person. And one will say, "Oh, that the person right." I agree. That's the person right, but our societies are not the same. This is our African society. Even though our society is not different from the global village, but we have our culture, we have our moral upbringing, and we need to revert to that. Because some children, in fact, these days, the one will say is that they are not under parental care. Because as a parent, when a child leaves the house, you should know what hour they return home. You should, if I want to leave the house, you should know where they are going, who they are going with, who are they associated with, what are they involved with. But on a larger scale, we have a lot of children now in our society, and there are some of them at the early stage, they become early fathers on their own.
So,
become young mothers,
are you insinuating because of the dress code of the ladies, that's why some of them are getting raped?
I'm not the one insinuating that. These have been a number and a continuous crowd, even the advocacy group. Because mind you now, there's a Bible that says that while it is true we build a fence around this pepper bush for red deer to not come here to eat our pepper, we'll be telling the pepper to not grow over the fence, that the red deer will just stay outside the fence and eat it. There's a Bible. These are reality.
What does that mean? Make it concrete for us.
Thank you. What it means is that while it is true there are laws already on the book against rape, that when you rape, you go to jail, you serve this term, you serve that term, and before we incarcerate everybody, in this country, we need to also be advising the parents to issue some moral discipline to their children. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying people have the right to continue to execute or to
so when you say
rape
moral
against
discipline to their children, what do you mean, though? I mean, in the context of the ladies.
Okay, for example, that if you have a daughter who is 13 years old, you expect her to be out of your house up to 2 a.m. in the morning?
Or 2 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, the 13-year-old daughter, she should be at the nightclub up to 2 a.m. in the morning?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
So
allow to do that,
so if a man got intoxicated, for example, and the influence alcohol, even though it's a crime though, but he has done it already, right? It is a crime. Whether on influence alcohol or not, but once he did it, it's a crime. But then he has been done. So to prevent, because while it is true, we'll be keeping this thing through the laws and policies that we made. We need to prevent that also from happening. That's the point I'm making. We should not keep our girls very vulnerable. Because no matter what you're doing, every society, there will be bad people. There are some bad people. That's why people made law. Because they made law because, there will be people who will do this thing, and it is not supposed to be done. So the law say, okay, as of today, nobody should do that thing. But because no people reach the law to do it, but you do it, this is the penalty.
But Christian, what I'm hearing from you, you are saying, okay, the ladies should not dress certain way. Does that also apply to the men? They should not wear certain clothes?
When you say the lady do not dress certain way, you are limiting my discussion. In a sense, I'll give you a leverage of the discussion, but you are picking a specific part of the discussion to bring it against the main dress code.
It's not equitable.
How many men that you are recorded to be raped and that went to court, that the women are in prison now that you know? How many men? So if you ask whether the dress for a man to what do about it, so I don't care how a man dress with a woman and grab the man, rape the man in the corner. Maybe I'm happy, but where? How many? Where? On the increase
But
where?
if you have a temperature over there, that place that is extremely hot, and the woman
Yeah.
has to be comfortable in your own land, say, you know what, because you have the pedophiles, you have the rapists around, so you have to take jeans all the time or bundle up. I mean, it's not fair to the lady if we consider that as a free society. Yeah, he's frozen again. Yeah, let's see our lane to go out back again. All right, guys, let me see what he getting on here. Let me give you a little entertainment here while we are waiting for the young man to get back on, I guess. What do I have here? Let's get a little musical break here. Who do I have? Let's go to Grand Jita.
She was no man now, but then I am growing you. And you yell out this that you learn, but no man now, but then I am growing you. May I know what you do? I will be about some body of Basamo.
All right, my guest is backstage. Let's wrap it up, man. Let's wrap it up. Christian, you're doing good. I think your internet has been very nice to us tonight. So let's just wrap it up. But I want us to. You were talking about females should dress certain ways so that they can protect themselves. I understand where you're coming from.
Not just generally female. I said our children.
Okay, our children. Okay, so children in that context, I'm quite sure you are referring to the females.
Yes.
Specifically.
Yeah. But
all right.
So when you say female, you could be 40 years, you are a female. But I'm saying our children, our female children.
So, Christian, what I'm saying, I live in the U.S., right? You can see the girl, the dress. I mean, very provocative. Nobody jump on them.
Good.
Right.
Good. But you see the U.S. you're talking about, so that Liberia, the U.S. they have a system that have been built long time ago. Long time ago. In fact, in the U.S. you're talking about, and my understanding of that U.S. you're talking about, it being digitalized in terms of technology. Anywhere you have, if something happened, people can easily know who did it and know where the person is and this and that. We have a society where, for example, look at West Point. In that small area, you got over 30,000 people living there. You get what I'm saying? So, and some people push, and some people back push. Some people bathroom, and some people living room. You got, people live in those kind of areas. So crimes are easily, executed in these kind of areas. While it is true, it is wrong. It is illegal. It is against the law. The point I'm making is that when you want to solve a problem, sometimes you look at the root cause of the problem. All the NGOs that are working in the gender sectors, when they take the radio, these are pieces of advice that they give to parents that we listen to every day. That while it is true, we make sure that all perpetrators of rape are brought to book, are incarcerated, and facing the full weight of the law, but parents will making you do XYZ. That's just what I'm saying, that this statement is in no way supporting those who are in the act of raping our girls children across the country. That's not what I'm saying.
All right, we are back to that internet glitch again. All right, I think Christian did great. He been on for a while. When he is back, I think I want to close the program now. Yeah, he been doing wonderful so far. With the proper internet been very generous to us. All right, so while Christian will be back to give a closing statement here. Let's play our entertainment. Let's do our music here again. Let's see. We're playing this one. Let me get this one for us. 1, 2, 3.
irregular, Monday. Ajiwe. Them are created with me. Most of I day, they can follow. But I lose a video. Oh, you know that? Okay, you know what now? See the PI? Secretary. What do it? But the comfort don't say it. Speak up. What's why move? Tuba. Oh, you are. The mind of an elder, I can't hold away. Oh, you are. The mind of an elder, I can't hold away. The mind of an elder, I go. The mind of an elder, I can't hold away. Mentalite quoi? Il m'a payé au inondé. I say we ma. I'm just see the highway. Inondé. Comment donner rien ouais là maintenant dire. David Evish. Mon douille. Ah moi il m'a fait moi dire. I have been moving ça va pour le haut. Tellement il n'a pas moi il m'a fait moi dire. C'est une agence si moi il m'a fait aller au dio. Tellement m'a pas yantio. I'm gonna blow now, I'm away, play over. Now I know I'm on here away. My what do you? Get on your bed, my auntie. Now I know I'm out on can't hold away. Elena was dying one blood, you know. Now I know I'm out on can't hold away. You know you got on your own, can't come away. I'm already over, my noji, oh, already over. You know you got them on here away. Comme si vient pas en way aller au mano. Mon moyen bien, ah pour la dans ton mano. Pour la blue and blue dans ton mano. I'm on my way. I talk and then they are gone again. I'm on my way over. You saw that you on the other.
All right, Christian, welcome back. Now let's wrap this up. You've been on for a while. I don't want to keep you for too long. So I want you to just speak to the issue of tribalism a little bit, and then you can give your closing thoughts.
Thank you. Firstly, and I'm an agent of zero tribalism in Sinoe. My work, can prove it. My friends, and I have in a country called across tribal background. Even my political movement in tribal movement, because we believe that it's not a diverse background, and so we encourage the practice of unity in diversity. Many our diverse, tribes and sections, a religion. We need to understand that we are one people, and we are from a particular country called Sinoe, which is our common denominator. So when it comes to tribalism, you can do your own research on that. You can do your survey, and when they name leaders in Sinoe that always take issue on the basis of tribalism, you will not find even my initial there, because we believe in togetherness, we believe in oneness, and we believe that this is the only country we have. So that's my take on tribalism, and I would discourage all those that will be in that act of tribalism, because it will in no way, it has in no way taking our country any further. And on the basis of that, I'm an agent of zero tolerance to tribalism.
All right, Christian. Thank you so much, Mr. Tababo. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to make sure you're not frozen. All right. So I really enjoyed the conversation. You've been on at the time difference. You got to get some rest. So is there something that you wanted to touch on that I didn't bring up that you want to touch on? And if nothing, you can give your closing statement.
All right, thank you. Firstly, I must commend you for opening up your show to all of us back home, even those in the diaspora who are from Sinoe or who are from Liberia, who have something to bring on their platform to tell the world that they are doing, or plans that what they want to undertake. But we will encourage you to go beyond and to always have on your show to update you as we go along with our activities in the district and the county. We also want to encourage our brothers and sisters who are in the diaspora. Being in the diaspora does not alienate you from being Sinoe. We know all of you are Sinoe citizens, and you have the passion to contributing to the development back home. It's just that maybe you have not found the right people to work with. We are not saying we are the only right people to work with, but we are saying we encourage you to join this movement because this is the movement.
Yeah, it's frozen again.
Madam, I know what we do. I'm going to fire you. I'm a player now, I'm going to do. I'm going to do my own. I'm going to find out on a camera. You got to mind about the minute I'm saying. I need a sign when you're ready. I only wait on my own. Look good, you don't need you. I'm going to do my own, I'm going to do my own. You better run away to my own. Tabi Claude, I'm in the mouth. The mind of my daughter, I can't hold away. You see that the dick, my nutty away. The mind of my daughter, I can't hold away. But we got the rosette, I need you, man. The mind of my daughter, I can't hold away. I'm the money to away. Out of my energy, I'm a killer, no watch it. I need you more, you're away, over. Mammy, cool. What you idea, man? Finish your game now, don't again. Manua bebe 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 manua wewe. Tamaina bana dona wewe. Tamaina bana.
Chiwa bono mana we boze na emble glogwan you. Ayo yal ga this agula na bono mana we boze na emble glogwan you. Me ya nyelo ruomle na ruo jiru yo. Abubu yo gba uzawo ba di ogba sanwo. Ba de mo gba we ma ogba sanwo.
Olivier Toudge, Marino.
All right, Christian, let's do it. Your internet is
Yeah,
acting
thank
out.
you. So we encourage our brothers in the diaspora to join this movement, to support this movement, to work together so that this will be all of us victory. We are a team. We are not going around the district telling people that we got money, we'll do this, we'll do that. But the life that we have been living with the people is why they believe in us and they are prepared to make us a net representative 2020. So we want all of you out there to join us, to join the winning team, because we respect the other people. They are our sisters, our brothers. We also respect the right to want to participate in the process. But we are saying we are the chosen one of the people. And as we get closer to 2023, you will see it by the actions of our people. Thank you, Doc, and I hope to appear on your show next time. Thank you for hosting this afternoon in America and this night in Liberia.
All right, Christian. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the time. I mean, my first time talking to you, I'm impressed. Thank you so much for your time. The platform is open up. Anytime you want airtime, just inbox me, and we'll make the arrangement. All right, so there you have it, guys. That was Christian Tababo. He wants to be the next representative of Sinoe County Electoral District number 3. And you listen to what the brother had to say. I took notes as well. And so my job here is I'm comparing the guys because I think he's back. I think he got booted out earlier. Let's see.
Yeah, you were saying something.
Yeah, so I was just saying the platform is open up to you. Anytime you want to say something, your inbox me. And we can make the arrangement. Even though I'm the first time I was a little disappointed, we made the arrangement and everything, and then at the last hour, you ball quarter, But that is in the past,
When you are the people's leader, that's a problem. I was called to Genitals, by the people. So I prioritize the people who want to show, but Ali has come back still to make my details so that our brothers and sisters in the diaspora will also know why the people are always sending for me. And they are not hearing my voice, so I'm happy.
Yeah, so when you say you prioritize the people over the show, I'm also the people. I'm also part of Sinoe County, and so when I make my reservation, it should be honored. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for that. We always make our duty to be on your show when we are called upon.
Okay. All right. Have a wonderful night, man.
Thank you. The same to you.
All right. So that's it. Christian is out. All right, that's my brother there from Sinoe County. We want to talk to everybody. We want to hear from you. Don't be afraid of voice of Sinoe. We don't have horns on our forehead. Even though we can be aggressive sometimes when things are not going right. But right now, when you come on the platform, whether I agree with you or disagree with you, you'll be treated with respect. So don't be paranoid. Oh, I'll go over there, the guy will embarrass me. No. That's not the purpose of the show. If I'm here, if I'm doing my monologue, that's when you will see the other side of esoteric or Sayapode. But now, before I let you go, again, I just want to reiterate, this coming Saturday, we have the lead crusader head for the group called, I think, Sinoeans Against Tribalism, okay? The head for that group is called Kollu. Kollu will be my guest. Let me see, maybe I put the image here so you can see who will be coming on the show next. I think I added the picture already. Let me put the brother. So, Mr. Kollu, Kollu, he also the administrative assistant for Senator Chie. He will be here on this Saturday. I'll be talking to us. The campaign they are waging in Sinoe County against tribalism. So join us on Saturday. Let me give you the exact time for that show, so you can be here with me. Quickly, let me get to my flyer. Sometimes I tend to forget stuff. You know, I'm an old man now. So let's see. Let me get to the flyer. So for Kollu, Mr. Kollu, my Kollu is coming up at 1 p.m. Okay, Eastern. That will be 5 p.m. in Liberia. Okay, so you will be here with us on Saturday, July the 24th. Okay, you'll be here at 1 p.m. Eastern, which will be at 5 p.m. GMT in Liberia time. And then the second person on the show after Mr. Kollu would be this young man, I call him the iconoclast, you know. That's Oteka Sewit. Oteka will be here as well after Mr. Kollu. You'll be here at 2:30 p.m. on Voice of Sinoe to talk to him. Mr. Oteka has a different version. He said it is it's a band-aid solution. You know, you have a wound and you are putting a band-aid on it instead of treating it. So Mr. Stewart thinks the best way out is for the Sapa people to succeed. That is to leave Sinoe County, to have their own county. And so you will make the case why. I will be asking the tough questions the same way that I had a conversation with Christian, Mr. Tababo. The same thing we'll do it to Oteka. So we'll be asking the guys questions, and you're also free to participate. I don't know why those that were calling the WhatsApp, they say they were not going to. I will monitor my device. I don't know why you were not going to. I'm sorry for that problem you have, but next time, hopefully, you'll be able to go through. All right, so those are the lineup. And now the next, on Sunday, we have what we call the USAA Women, okay? USAA, basically United Sapper Association in Americas, okay? We have these beautiful ladies that will be coming on here to talk to us about the convention. One of the persons will be coming here, I'll upload the pictures later so you can see them. But the president of the Delaware Valley chapter, Madam Frances Myers, will be here with her group. You know, she will be heading that group to create awareness, to give you the necessary information you need to disabuse the public of the lies and the innuendos and stuff that going on. Oh, the convention will not be successful. The people will give you all the information that you need for the convention. Okay, Madam Frances Myers and her group. We also have the national queen will be part of that team. Queen Diana Carla Williams is also part of that team. Again, I haven't uploaded all the pictures. That some of the pictures these two pictures are uploaded. But the next show you see all of them, the images will be brought out here so you can see beautiful ladies. They will be here to talk to you. Sunday, you don't want to miss it. Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right. If you are in the central area, it'll be 2 p.m. John Voice of Sinoe, the ladies will be here to talk to you. I want to say thank you so much for joining us always to make this show a Fatima Glorious show. All right, so I want to say, let me see what I got for you musically, and then we'll call it a night, at least from my end. Those of you have other things to do. Let's see here. Musically, I want to go to the Zappo land. All right, so let's put the Queen of traditional music. I got usually the party music, you know, that I like to play here. All right, Dedibun in Charitoba, that means of family cannot be fighting in a strange land, okay? So no fighting. Okay, I like to play it from the other side. For some reason, it's kind of low. Yes, yeah. Wangele. All right, guys, have a wonderful night. Whatever the time is on your side, we will talk to you this coming Saturday. Don't miss it. Voice of Sinoe will be here with you. Have a pleasant night.